بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. All thanks and praise due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His many blessings that He has bestowed upon us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we beseech Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase us in those blessings. The lockdown has increased for a further 2 weeks. This increased lockdown affords us the opportunity to disconnect from the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to connect to the Creator, to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is at times of isolation, like the example of Maryam alayhi salam. She had left her people behind and she had gone into isolation in a place called Baytul Laham in Bethlehem. It is at this point when she was in isolation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says فَأَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْهَا رُوحَنَا, that the Archangel Jibreel alayhi salam came to her. Similarly, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sahbihi wasallam, prior to receiving prophethood, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam would go into isolation. He would go to the cave of Hira. When he was in isolation in the cave of Hira, the Archangel Jibreel alayhi salam presented himself to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Likewise, in these times of lockdown, in this time of isolation, it is a perfect opportunity, it is an opportune time for us to disconnect from the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This extended lockdown might very well lead into Ramadan, might very well lead into the entire Ramadan. It presents us with the following idea that this Ramadan is going to be different from last Ramadan. Last Ramadan we find ourselves in a house of the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We may not be afforded the opportunity this year, but our worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not necessarily tied into a particular place. Therefore, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam has said that جُعِلَ الْأَرْضُ لِي كُلَّهَا مَسْجِدًا, that the entire face of the earth has been made for me a place of worship. So this year, whether we are or we find ourselves in a house of the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or not, we can still worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because our homes, like the mosque serves as a place of worship, our home can also serve as a place of worship. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the understanding. Secondly, I'd like to mention that our President has mentioned in his speech that in solidarity with the less fortunate, the President and a number of the cabinet ministers, as well as a number of the premiers, they have taken a third salary cut, and they're contributing that towards the solidarity fund. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him for that. And this is a good example for us to take our cue from the President and also contribute and also give charity, pay our alms tax and contribute it to the less fortunate. For this, I want to take a moment and give an example in our history of a luminary by the name of Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who did very much the same. A non-Muslim author by the name of Barnaby Rogerson, he talks about Umar radiallahu anhu. He first says that the likes of Umar radiallahu anhu weren't to be found. There are certain leaders that maybe match aspects of the character of Umar radiallahu anhu, but none that could come close to him in terms of his leadership. They mentioned that at the time of famine of the Muslims, that people would find they had this fond memory of Umar radiallahu anhu having grain sacks on his back and distributing it to the poor. It is at that time, according to a certain narration, that there were two things that he loved, and it was honey and ghee clarified butter. But during the famine time, he sacrificed that out of empathy and sympathy and out of solidarity for the general populace who were on the receiving end of the famine. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to follow the example that of Umar radiallahu anhu. The narration says that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam said that follow me and follow my righteous Khalifs, and Umar radiallahu anhu being from amongst those. There's one incident that I'd like to end off this particular clip with, a beautiful incident clearly displaying the solidarity that Umar radiallahu anhu showed with his people. Umar radiallahu anhu, he had an aide by the name of Aslam. On one occasion, Umar radiallahu anh was going around in Medina as was his habit. One night he was going around and he came across a particular home, and he heard that the children were crying and there was a lady in the home. He called from outside of the home that what is the matter? Why are the children crying? Then the lady responded by saying that I have no food and they are crying out of hunger. Umar radiallahu anh noticed that there was a pot and the pot was boiling. So he asked her, what is in the pot? She said that I had placed water in the pot and boiled the water, giving the impression to the kids that there is some food being prepared so that they may fall asleep thinking that there is food being prepared for them. On hearing this, Umar radiallahu anh cried bitterly, and then he went to the Baytul Sadaqah. He went to the place whereby all the alms tax is stored, and he went with his aide Aslam. So he started filling up a sack with grain, some cereal, some clarified butter, some oil and other basic essentials and basic necessities. When the sack was filled, he told Aslam that place this on my back. Then Aslam radiallahu anh said to him, oh Umar, allow me to carry it. Umar said, are you going to carry my burden on the day of judgment? Aslam didn't have anything to say to that, and he was compelled to place that sack on the back of Umar radiallahu anh. Umar then carried the sack filled with essentials and came to the lady, and he himself sat down and started preparing the meal for the lady and her children, for the entire family. And Aslam radiallahu anh, he says that whilst Umar was preparing the meal and he was stoking the fire, I could see the smoke billowing through his thick beard. Umar then prepared the meal and fed the entire family. Having fed the entire family, Umar radiallahu anh started playing around with the kids, making as if he was a predatory animal, and this caused the children to laugh. When it was time for him to leave, Umar radiallahu anh said to Aslam, you know why I stayed behind and I played with the children, causing them to laugh? Aslam said, why did you do that, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, O leader of the believers? Why did you do that? Umar radiallahu anh said, when I came to them, I found them in a state that they were crying. I wanted to leave them in a state where they were laughing. It reminds us of another narration of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam that says, he was asked, which is the best of actions? What is the best of actions? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, idkhalu surur ala qalbi akhi, for you to bring happiness, to gladden the heart of another. This is a perfect opportunity for us. There are many who are suffering. There are many poor and indigent. There are many less fortunate ones who do not have the luxury of essential goods that you and I have. For us to take of the wealth which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with and spend in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in doing so bring happiness and gladness to the hearts of the less fortunate, that according to the Prophet ﷺ is the best of actions. So when the time is most needy, when the need is most dire, it is time for us to take out from that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided for us and spend in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah grant us the understanding, and may we follow through on this exemplary example in the form of Umar radiallahu anh, by showing solidarity with the less fortunate ones. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
They must replace their disbelief, their rejection of Allah and His Messenger. They must replace it with belief in Him. Right? And they must follow up that belief with spending whatever Allah has given them. وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا, from that which is general. It can refer to wealth, it can refer to time, it can refer to expertise, it can refer to anything. And they must then spend that in the path of Allah, basically. Why? فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَأَنْفَقُوا لَهُمْ أَجْرٌ كَبِيرٌ. For certainly those who had believed before you, those who had believed, آمَنوا, why I'm saying before you is because that's a past verb. وَأَنْفَقُوا, and that have already spent, لَهُمْ أَجْرٌ كَبِيرٌ. It's as if Allah is then telling these polytheists that there's already people that have accepted Iman before you, they have already believed, they have already spent, and there is a great reward for them. And the understanding of it then would be that Allah is encouraging those who have not yet believed to, begin their journey of belief in Allah and of righteous action, so that they can catch up with those people that had preceded them. Right? And then the following verse will be understood, وَمَا لَكُمْ لَا تُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. What's wrong with you that you do not believe in Allah? Meaning, why have you not replaced your disbelief with belief in Allah? Whilst the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is calling you to believe in your Lord, and أَخَذَ مِيثَاقَكُمْ, and he has taken your covenant. Now, if we understand this as Makkan, then أَخَذَ مِيثَاقَكُمْ, the fa'il of it would be referring to your Lord has taken from you your covenant. What covenant would this be referring to? This covenant would be referring to, if it means that Allah has taken His covenant with the
بسم الله
disbelievers, if
الرحمن
it's
الرحيم
referring to the
الحمد لله
polytheists of
رب
Makkah,
العالمين
then we would
والصلاة
understand that
والسلام
as
على أشرف
the
المرسلين
covenant that Allah took
سيدنا
before we came
وحبيبنا
into
مولانا
this world, where
محمد
Allah
صلى
subhanahu
الله
wa ta'ala
عليه
said to His
وسلم
creation,
وعلى
Alastu
آله
bi rabbikum,
وأصحابه وبارك
am I your
وسلم.
Lord? Then
السلام
Allah
عليكم
placed
ورحمة
within the
الله
fitrah
وبركاته.
of all of those
We begin with
creation
dua together
the
inshallah ta'ala.
desire to
بسم الله
recognize Him.
الرحمن الرحيم.
Right? So that would
سبحانك
be that covenant
لا
where
علم
Allah asked
لنا
him, am I
إلا
not your
ما
Lord? And they
علمتنا.
responded to him by saying,
اللهم
Bala
علمنا
shahidna,
ما ينفعنا
um,
وزدنا علما يا
Bala shahidna
مقلب
ala anfusina.
القلوب
When they said,
ثبت قلوبنا
most
على
certainly you
دينك.
are our,
آمين.
indeed you are our,
Assalamu alaikum once again, alhamdulillah.
you
I
are our
pray
Lord,
all the
and
students
we testify
are no
against ourselves.
sound.
Right?
Let me just
So
double check
that's how it
something
will be
quickly.
understood then.
Uh,
However,
Testing 1, 2. Is the sound now?
those who understand these verses to be part of of a Madanine
Oh,
discourse
okay,
in
okay, okay. I
Medina,
see what's happening. Apologies. Is there sound now? Is it fine? It should be fine now, inshallah ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. So let's start again, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه من والاه. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, mashallah, welcome to Mizan Sunday online. Alhamdulillah. You didn't have to, it's not raining anymore, but you have class in the convenience of your home. Alhamdulillah. So let's begin again with the dua together. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. I pray that you and your family are well and safe and using your time well at home, inshallah ta'ala. This is a blessed opportunity, alhamdulillah, and we should make the most of our time, inshallah ta'ala. And part of making the most of your time is, of course, doing your homework. So I'm sure no one could say they didn't have time to do their homework. So I should actually ask you all to post a picture of your homework. What do you think? Alhamdulillah. Okay, Bismillah. Where are we going to start? We're going to start with, just quickly, because today we do new work, so we're quickly going to summarize our base camp. Our base camp is where we have reached within the last, let's say, 3 months, where we have reached, alhamdulillah. And basically we've studied an ism. We've studied an ism, a noun, or person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, or more. An ism, a noun, from 4 perspectives. From 4 perspectives. And that is, we've looked at the gender of an ism. So we're able to determine to some extent whether an ism is mudhakkar or muannath. Mudhakkar meaning male and muannath meaning female. So that's the one thing we're able to look at one ism, like madrasa, madrasatun, and say madrasatun is feminine because there's a ta marbuta, and qalamun, pen, is masculine because there's no sign of a feminine ending, and so on. Then we looked at the hal of an ism, and we know that there's 3 hals, raf'un, nasbun, and jarrun, and each of those have different encasings. They could either be un, an, in, or ani, aini, aini, or una, ina, ina, or atun, atin, atin. And then we looked at number, and we learned that there are 3 types of number. In other words, you can have a single ism, like Muslimun, which means one Muslim, or you can have dual, like Muslimani and Muslimaini, or you can have, excuse me, you could have plural, like Muslimuna or Muslimina, or muslimatun, or muslimatin. And finally, we looked at definiteness, whether something is definite, alif lam at the beginning and no tanween, al madrasatu, or nakira indefinite madrasatun. So those are the 4 perspectives that we looked at. You had some homework on that, but let's just leave it homework for now. Inshallah, let's move immediately to our new lesson. So after base camp, we now enter sentences. Could I ask you, mashallah, there's 93 of you watching, so most of the comments are probably going to be, there's more watching also on Facebook as well, but let's just, most of the interaction normally is on YouTube. I'm going to ask you to tell me what a sentence is. So if you want to follow the group comments, you're going to go to YouTube and look at the YouTube chat, and then you will see all the comments there. So what is a sentence? You can give me a definition of a sentence. Okay, so for those of you on Facebook, it's probably better on YouTube because then it's more interactive. So if you want to follow the group comments, let me just play sound off. Okay, but you can stay on Facebook if you prefer. It's just there's most people on YouTube. A structured collection of words. Brother Junaid Jamie. A collection of words. So if I say man, dog, cat, is that a sentence? That's a collection of words. A complete collection of words. A group of words followed by nothing that has meaning. Okay, so mashallah, we have different definitions for a sentence. Let me ask a different question. If I say the tall man, is that a sentence? So Sister Tawheeda, why is it not a sentence? The rest of you can also come participate, inshallah. It's an interactive class. Okay, so basically, let me just give you a way to know whether you have a sentence or not. A way whether you know whether you have a sentence or not is whether you can be silent after saying it. In other words, you have now conveyed a complete meaning and you can be silent afterwards. So if someone came to you and said, Assalamu alaikum, the tall man, does that make sense? If I just say, Assalamu alaikum, the tall man, you're going to ask what? So basically, that wouldn't be a sentence. But if someone came to you and said, Assalamu alaikum, the man is tall, would that be a sentence? Yes, mashallah. So that would be a sentence. So a sentence basically is a group of words that convey a complete meaning. And you can be silent after it. There are more technical definitions, but let's leave it for now. So then, in Arabic, it's actually very simple. In Arabic, it's very simple. When you look at sentences in Arabic, you only have 2 types of sentences. So in the whole Arabic language, you only have 2 types of sentences. Number 1 is going to be a noun-based sentence, and number 2 is going to be a verb-based sentence. So if you look at the whole Quran, Hadith, every single statement in Arabic is either going to be a noun-based sentence or a verb-based sentence. What was noun in Arabic again? Noun was what? Noun was the short name for what? Bismillah. It was a short name for an ism. And a verb, what was it for? It was for, a verb is a fi'l. Okay, so let's go through quickly. A sentence in Arabic is called a jumla. Say it so you get it inshallah. Al jumla means the sentence, or jumla means a sentence. So a jumla is a sentence. And then if I have a jumlatul ismiya, al jumlatul ismiya, you can say jumla means the sentence, and ismiya means a noun-based sentence. A jumla means a sentence, and an ismiya means a noun-based sentence. And then we have a verb-based sentence, which in Arabic is al-jumla, which means the sentence, al-fi'liya. Al-jumlatul fi'liya. So you can say those two names quickly with me. Al-jumlatul ismiya and al-jumlatul fi'liya. Let's start again. Al-jumlatul ismiya, al-jumlatul fi'liya. One more time. Please say it with me at home, because we're getting used to the terms, we're getting familiar with new terms. So let's say it together again. Al-jumlatul ismiya and al-jumlatul fi'liya. Okay. So those are all the sentences in Arabic. Every sentence, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. All the whole Fatiha, Surah Baqarah, all the Quran, just what you get? You just get inside there al-jumlatul ismiya and al-jumlatul fi'liya. That's the whole of the Arabic language. I always find it like amazing. Sometimes there's like such simplicity in the structure, but yet so much depth and variety and flexibility in the actual language. So Bismillah. Today we are going to do al-jumlatul fi'liya. We're going to do al-jumlatul fi'liya. So, if you can look at that picture, and you see a man on top there, and you see a man at the bottom there, and we're going to say that I saw the scene, and what happened? The man on top helped, let's call it one at the bottom, the student. So there's three things here. There's the man on top, and he did a verb, an action, helped to someone, the student. I would like you quickly just to, you can on the chat inshallah, you can name the three parts of the sentence. Name those parts for me. What do we call those three parts? If someone could just post the link of the YouTube video, I'll do that inshallah. Oops, I got lost there. So name those three parts for me. What is the man, what is the helped, and what is the student? Okay. We'll go through it. So, mashallah, there's three parts there. So, the first of all, there is an action. There is a verb. There is an action taking place. And the action that took place here is helped. That's the first thing. So helped is going to be the verb, therefore it's going to be a verb-based sentence. Number two, there is someone doing or something, or there's some being that is doing the verb. So I have one or two options here. Either the student did the verb or the man did the verb. But in this case here, the man is the one who is the doer of the action. The man is the, what we call in English, the subject of that verb. He is the doer of the action. And then the third part is that the student is the one that the action was done to. So I asked, who was the action done to? It was done to the student. So the student is the done upon, the one that the verb was done to, or we can also call it the object. We can call it the object. Okay, so I want you to bear in mind that those three parts, and I want you to open your workbooks to worksheet 2.1. Worksheet 2.1. For those of you that don't have workbooks, you can just go to, I'll go with you, inshallah. You can go to mizan.co.za, and then you can go to Student Center on top here, Student Center, and you can go to Lesson Files, and then it will say can't receive list. I wonder why it can't receive the list. Let me just try to. Okay, maybe it'll come back a bit later. Inshallah, I wonder why it's working. I wonder if you can open it to your side. It's been doing that for days. Okay, maybe it's also on lockdown, but I'll double check it inshallah. Okay, anyway, let me double check it again inshallah. But let me just go back here. Anyway, if you have your books, let me first start your exercise. So those of you who have books can get started. If you have your books, inshallah, I want you to open worksheet 2.1, and then it was actually a homework. So I'm not sure how many of you did your homework, but I'll give you like 2 or 3 minutes just to look through a few examples now. In each sentence, I want you to identify 3 things. 3 things. If you see a verb, you will double underline it to make 2 lines beneath it. You see a verb, you will double underline it. If you see the doer, the subject, the one that does the action, circle it. And if you see the object, you single underline it. So take a minute, inshallah, and you can just take a minute, and then you can just do that, inshallah. I'll try and sort out this Dropbox thing quickly, inshallah. So exercise 2.1, inshallah. Okay, I'm just going to Okay, I'm just going to leave an image of this along so you can just start and work on exercise 2.1 so long. Okay, so I think it should be working now. So let me just go back there again quickly. So basically, if you want to go to Student Center and you click on Lesson Files on the website, for those of you who don't have the workbooks, and then you go to number 6 Arabic Online, number 6 Arabic Online, and then you'll find there's the Mizan Nahu textbook, and then there's the Mizan Nahu exercise book. So the exercise we're referring to in this lesson is under Mizan Nahu exercise book, and all the documents for this today's Sunday lesson will be under week 2. You'll find all the subjects there, and you'll find all the material there as well for all the 6 periods, inshallah. So you'll find it all on the website. Okay, so let's go back. Bismillah. So if I'm going to do this, let's go quickly. I'll do it with you. Okay, so the second one. Fatima helped Aisha yesterday. Fatima helped Aisha yesterday. So the easy one first is going to be the verb. So what is the verb first of all? The verb is helped. So it's going to be double underline. You can double underline the verb, which is helped. And then who is the person that did the action? So it's either Fatima did the action, or it is Aisha who did the action. So the person doing the action here is Fatima, and who was the action done to? The action was done to Aisha. So single underline that. You with me? What about yesterday? Yesterday is just extra information. We're going to just call that extra information. That is when the action happened. We're not going to worry about that for now. Number 2, the student helped the girl. So again, the student helped the girl. The verb is what? The verb is helped. So I double underline that. Who did the action? The student did the action. And who was the action done to? It was done to the girl. All with me? Good. Inshallah, you can start posting your answers there. Post number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. While you're posting, I'll do it as well. The boy ate the apple. The verb there is ate. So I'll double underline ate. Who did the action? The action is done by the boy. And who was the action done to? Who was the eating done to? It was done to the apple. Sorry for my lines. Not so straight. Okay, next one. The 2 students helped the teachers with the projector. So now we have a longer sentence. So again, we just look at, first of all, where's the verb? The verb is helped. Who did the action? The action here was done by the 2 students. And who was action done to? It was done to the teachers. With the projector, just extra information. Next one. I did not do my homework due to laziness. Not you, of course. That's just the example. I did not do my homework due to laziness. So where is the verb here? Where is the verb there? So the verb can be the do there. I mean, this whole part here we can say is the verb. Did not do here is the verb. Obviously the not is just a negation of the verb, but let's put that as part of the verb. And then the who did not do, the I did not do. And what did I not do? I did not do my homework. All good? Due to laziness is just extra information giving you the reason why. Okay. Next one. She knows the scales very well. MashaAllah. What's the verb? Knows. And who did the action? She. And what does she know? She knows the scales. Very well, it's just extra information. So you can see there's a certain pattern developing in the English language. What is the pattern? The pattern is generally in the English language you have the doer of the action first, the subject, the person who does the action first. Then you have the action, the verb, the action word, the verb, and then you have who was the action done to. Who was the action done to. Next one. I love homework. All say it together. I love homework. One more time. I love homework. It's time to program you, inshallah. So what is the verb? The verb is love. The verb is love. Who loves? I is the doer. And what do I love? I love homework. Okay. Next one, my friends ate lunch this afternoon. Ate is the verb. My friends are the doer, and lunch. This one is always a bit tricky. The path of the believer calls to paradise. The path of the believer calls to paradise. So let's start with the verb first. What's the verb here? The verb is calls. So who is doing the action? It's not the believers, because the believers are not calling to action. It is the whole thing here, which is the path of the believer. The path of the believer. And to paradise, let's for now just say it's the object, not exactly, but it's okay for now. Okay. Next one, Sakina wrote, and so on, and on the board. And I need the help of my friend due to my absence. Underline need. What do I need? I need the help. The help of my friend is fine as well. Due to absence is extra information. Okay, so I want you to get a feel for the three parts in English first, and then we'll move to Arabic next. We'll move to Arabic next. So in Arabic, I want you to look at these sentences here. These are on the next page. Let me just make sure that I can just get through quickly. Where are we now? So in your workbooks, exercise 2.2. Exercise 2.2 on page 21. Exercise 2.2, if you can just turn to that, inshallah. Exercise 2.2 on page 21. So normally I'll actually just put you into groups now. But because you're social distancing, we can't have group work now. So we can just do it together, inshallah. So what are we looking for? We're trying to okay, actually, let me take a step back here first. Okay, leave 2.2. Let's just focus on the screen first. Let's focus on the screen first. That's going to be more complicated. Bismillah. So we're on the screen. We're back with me on the PowerPoint. Don't worry about your books for a second. Okay, we're all back. So on the screen we have three words. We have the word Nasara, then we have the word Al-Muslimu, and we have the word At-Taliba. We have three words. You learned that Nasara means what? What did you learn that Nasara means? What does Nasara mean? Helped, or he helped. Good. Okay. It comes as part of your scale. Nasara, Nasaru, Nasarat, Nasarna, Nasarta, Nasartum, Nasarti, Nasartunna, Nasartu, Nasarna, Nasara is the first one on the scale. So you learnt in Sarf that Nasara means he one male helped. He one male helped. We're going to slightly modify that now, and you'll see why a bit later on. But Nasara now, we're going to say it only means helped. Not he one male helped, just helped. Okay, why? Don't worry about it. But Nasara now just means helped. Al-Muslim just means what? The Muslim. And At-Taliba means what? What's a Talib? A Talib is all of you are a Talib, Talibun, Talibin, or the broken plural is Tulab. It means the student. So, can you see the three parts? Nasara is the verb. Then I just have to work out who is doing the action and who was the action done to. Who is doing the action and who was the action done to. So in this sentence here, I will translate this as the Muslim helped the student. The Muslim helped the student. So now I'm going to name those three parts. Nasara we know is the verb. Al-Muslimu is the one doing the action. Al-Muslim is the one who is doing the action. It is the doer of the verb. It is the subject. Don't get lost now. Just remember, when you have that verb, you have someone who is doing the verb and someone who the verb is being done to. You have someone or something doing the verb, and you have someone or something which the verb is being done to. So Nasara is the verb, it means helped. I need to figure out who helped, who did the helping, and who was helped. So in this sentence, Al-Muslimu is the doer. It is the doer. The one who did the action, it is the subject. Okay, you with me? And At-Taliba is the done upon, is the one who the action was done to, or the object. You with me? Subject and the object, the doer and the done upon. Now, in Arabic, the doer is called the fa'il. All say together, fa'il. Again, fa'il. Fa'il means what? The doer. The doer is what? The fa'il. So if I have a sentence and I say, I ate the apple, and I ask you, who is the fa'il? The fa'il is I, because I did the action. If I say, Aisha loves homework, who is the fa'il? The fa'il is Aisha. Aisha. Next one. The one that the action is done to is called what? Maf'ulun bihi. All say it together. It is called maf'ulun bihi. One more time. Maf'ulun bihi. Maf'ulun bihi is that which the action is done to. So if I say, I ate the apple, where is the maf'ulun bihi? The maf'ulun bihi is the apple. If I say, Aisha loves homework, where is the maf'ulun bihi? What does she love? She loves homework. Okay. Now here's the really important part. The really important part is that the doer in Arabic is always in raf'un. So hopefully you know what raf'un means. Raf'un means what? Something ending with a u or un or ani or una or atun. That first column. So hopefully you remember what raf'un is. The doer will always be in raf'un. All good. And then the done upon, the object, will always be in nasbun. And just cast your mind back. What is nasbun again? Muslim becomes what? Musliman. Or if it's dual, Muslimaini. Or if it's plural, Muslimina. Or if it's female plural, Muslimatin. It will always be in nasbun. So, that means that I could actually say this sentence in a different way. I could say, listen carefully, I could say, Nasara al-taliba al-muslimu. Listen to the ending quickly. I could say the sentence differently. I could say Nasara al-taliba al-muslimu. You with me? So if Nasara means the verb, al-talibah, bah. If it's it's nasb. That means the talib is the one the action was done to. And al-muslimu, raf'un, the Muslim is who did the action. Why did I mention that now? It's because in Arabic we don't worry about the sequence of the words. I don't need the sequence to know who did the action. Why? How do I know who did the action? Quickly tell me, how do I know who did the action? In English I have to look at the sequence. In Arabic, how do I know who did the action? Someone must answer. So look at the hal, it must be raf'un. You with me? So listen to this. I can say the same sentence. I'm going to say it in different ways for you. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I can say Nasara al-Muslimu al-Talibah as it is. I can say Nasara al-Talibah al-Muslimu. Swap the two around. I can say al-Talibah Nasara al-Muslimu. I can say al-Muslimu Nasara al-Talibah. So I can basically mix it and change it around and move it around because I don't worry about the sequence, I only worry about the hal, the encasing. All good so far? I only worried about the encasing. In other words, the one with the, yes, the verb can go in the middle even. I can say al-Muslimu Nasara al-Talibah. I can say al-Talibah Nasara al-Muslimu. I can mix it around. Okay. Because I'm looking at the hal. That's the beauty of Arabic. Is that you're not stuck to the same sequence all the time. You can mix it up. You can change it around. Let's look at some examples here. Nasara al-Rajulu al-Talibah. Nasara. What does Nasara mean again? So all these words, you're not going to say he, one male, he helped, he hit, he opened. We're just going to say helped. Nasara means helped. Translate the first one for me. Bismillah. Nasara al-Rajulu al-Talibah. We can see who can type the fastest. We can first think the fastest and after that type the fastest. And who has the best maybe connection speed. So if you're on fiber, then you actually got the advantage. Sister Tawheeda, mashallah. The man helped the student. And Sister Tahira came a close second, followed by Sister Wasima. Where's the brothers? Sister Fadila, Sister Noor, Sister Aisha, Zurina, Fadila, Shanaz, Firdaus, Tashriq, mashallah. And Tashriq represents the males, mashallah. Brother Khalid, mashallah. Ahlan wa sahlan. I think the males are waking up now. They're just warming up, that's why. They're just warming up. Okay. Are we ready? You can't answer before the time, right? Next one. The next one is daraba. Daraba means what? Daraba means hit. Daraba at-talibah al-waladu. Translate for me. Sister Yumna, I think you were typing before the time, eh? That was very fast. MashaAllah, I'm joking. MashaAllah. Okay. Brothers, come on, brothers. Brother Junaid, you have to step up your game, inshallah. Okay. So the good thing is, mashallah, you're all giving the same answers. So daraba means hit. Now can you see there's two words, there's at-taliba and there's al-waladu. At-taliba, the student, al-waladu, the boy. Of the two, how do I know who did the action? I know because the one in raf'un is the doer. And the one in nasbun is the one who the action was done to. So number two, the answer is the boy, al-walad, the boy, hit the student. Number three, nasara al-muslimuna al-walada. Translation. Nasara al-muslimuna al-walada. The first right answer, mashallah, is Sister Shireen. And Brother Junaid, mashallah, Tahira second. And Junaid comes third this time, moving up the ranks. MashaAllah. Okay. So Nasara. Nasara means what? Nasara means helped. Helped. You with me? Nasara means helped. Actually, I can write here just to help you. Focus, inshallah. So Nasara means helped. So Nasara means helped. I have two endings here. I have al-muslimuna and I have al-walada. And therefore I know the muslimuna, the una. This means that the word is in raf'un. Why? Because it is what type of word? It is a sound male plural. And when a sound male plural is in raf'un, it is una, al-muslimuna. When it's in nasbun, it's al-muslimina. And when it's in jar'un, it's al-muslimina. And I can see al-walada as a, therefore it is nasbun. So therefore, where is the fa'il? Fa'il means what? Who did the action? The fa'il is al-muslimuna, and the maf'ulun bihi is al-walada. So nasara al-muslimuna al-walada means the Muslims helped the boy. Quick question, bonus question. How do I say the boy helped the Muslims? Bismillah. The boy helped the Muslims. Keep the words as is, but just change the endings. I see the response time is slower now, eh? How do I say that? Nasara. ماشي الطاهرة ما شاء الله. نصر المسلمين الولد. نصر المسلمين الولد. Okay, perfect. Good, mashallah. Number 4. فتح الإمام الباب. فتح الإمام الباب. فتح means what? Opened. Al-Imam means the Imam. And Al-Bab means the door. Bismillah, translate. The Imam opened the door. Perfect. The Imam opened the door. The Imam is the fa'il, the doer, and the bab is the maf'ulun bih. Next one. Nasara al-muslimuna al-talibina. Translation. Nasara al-muslimuna al-talibina. Nasara means helped. Who helped? The one in raf'un helped. And who was helped? The one in nasbun. Translation. The Muslims, plural good, helped the students. The Muslims, plural, helped the students. Last one. Nasara al-talibina al-muslimuna. Translation. Same answer. The Muslims help the students. Same answer because Muslims are still Raf'un and students are still Nasbun. All good so far? I hope you're all good, inshallah ta'ala. Now, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And a slightly new concept to complete what we did so far. On the screen, sorry I'm blocking the first one, but the first one is Nasara. The first one is Nasara. On the first one, Nasara al-Muslimu al-Walada. What's the translation? Nasara al-Muslimu al-Walada. What's the translation? Nasara means helped, and al-Muslim means the Muslim. Al-Walad means the student. So the translation is what? The translation is the Muslim helped the student. Sorry, not the student, the boy. The al-Walad means the boy. The Muslim helped the boy. Number 2 is different. Number 2 says Nasaru al-Walada. Nasaru al-Walada. So if you go back to Sarf, Nasara, Nasaru. What does Nasaru mean? Nasara, Nasaru. What does Nasaru mean? Nasaru means they helped. Nasaru means they, 3 plus males or mixed group. They helped the boy. They helped the boy. Now go to number 3. Nasara al-Walada. Nasara al-Walada. Now the problem with the difficulty with number 3 is what? The difficulty with number 3, if I see the word Nasara, I have to look and see who did the action. Who did the action? So I'm going to look for a word in Raf'un. Then I see in number 3 there's no word in Raf'un. There's only al-Walada. There's no word in Raf'un, there's only al-Walada. So we know the student was the one helped, but who did the action? And because I can't see any word there that says that is the doer, I'm going to go back to my meaning that I learned initially, and I'm going to say that the translation is what? He helped the boy. You with me? You with me? So if I have Nasara, and I can't see anything next to it that says that is the doer, then I say Nasara means he helped. But if I see a word in Raf'un next to it, then I say Nasara means helped. Okay, it'll come clear now, inshallah. Last one. Nasartu al-Walada. Nasartu. Nasara. Nasaru. Nasarat. Nasarna. Nasarta. Nasartum. Nasarti. Nasartunna. Nasartu. Nasartu. Means what? I see a she, I see a you, I see a I. It's ikhtilaf here. I see a he. I think you must add a we also maybe. Let's go back. Nasara. I'm going to Nasartu. Nasara. Nasaru. Nasarat. Nasarna. Nasarta. Nasartum. Nasarti. Nasartunna. Nasartu. Nasarna. Comes at the end of the scale. Nasartu means I helped. Okay, Nasartu means I helped. She helped is Nasarat. He helped is Nasara. We helped is Nasarna. But Nasartu is I helped. I helped. Nasartu, I helped the boy. All good. Stay with me quickly. Stay with me. Stay with me. We're almost at the end of Nahu. So, in the first one, for the first one, where is the doer? For the first one, Nasara al-Muslimu al-Walada, where is the doer? Where does it show you where the doer is? The Muslim. Good. I'll circle it there. Next one. So it's on the left there, the Muslim. Number 2. Nasaru al-Walada. Where do I know that this means they? I don't know it's they. Because we said it's they helped the boy. I looked at this thing at the end there. Ooh, the ooh part there at the end. The ooh part at the end tells me it is they. If there had to be nasarat, it would be a she. If there had to be nasarta, it would be a you. If there had been nasarti, it would have been a you female. If there had to be a tu at the end, it would have been an I. If there had to be a na at the end, it would have been a we. So that ooh part at the end there, at the end of the verb, tells me it's a they. Now, if I look at the number 3, Nasara al-Walada. We said it's he. Where's the he? Where's the he? You're saying it's inside there. So do I have to zoom in there? I can't see it. Okay. So when it comes to number 3, inside, you write yes. Inside the hidden away. Inside, hidden or implied within Nasara, there is a huwa. And huwa in Arabic means he. So because there's nothing on the left hand side that I can see that is raf'un. There's nothing at the end of the verb to indicate it's a he. Because of that, we say there's a he, a huwa, inside of the verb that's implied inside. And the last one, Nasartu al-Walada, is what? Where is the verb? At the end. Nasartu, the verb is at the end. At the end, same as Nasaru. Because at the end, that tu tells me it is I. The tu tells me it is I. Okay. So, let's say the same sentences again. Now we're going to look at it and say that Nasr al-Muslim wal-Walada, it was at the left. And there it was at the end, and there it was inside, and there it was also at the end. Okay. So let me go back quickly. Last slide. I think it's last slide now. I want you to remember Eli. You with me? Eli. Or if you prefer, you can say Eli. But Eli just sounds cooler. Don't you think Eli sounds cooler? Eli. What does Eli stand for? Eli stands for E for end, L for left, and I for in Eli. End, left, in. What does Eli mean? If I want to find the doer of a verb, if I want to find the doer, the fa'il, I will look in where? Eli, in that sequence. So I come to the first sentence, Nasara al-Muslimu al-Walada. I look at the end of the word Nasara. And end means like here, attached to the end of Nasara. Can you see I see nothing there at the end? I just see Nasara. I don't say Nasartu or Nasarna or Nasaru or Nasarta or Nasarti or any of those things. I see nothing at the end there. If I can't find at the end, I look left. I look left. And then if I find on the left, I'm looking for something in Raf'un, there I found it there. There I found it there. So therefore, sorry. Therefore, on this one, where is the doer? The doer is on the left hand side. Once I found the doer, I stop. I don't carry on looking for it because I found it. Number two. Nasaru al-walada, I'm going to apply Eli. Eli. What does Eli stand for? Eli stands for end, left, in. End, left, in. Nasaru al-walada. Nasaru al-walada. I look at the end first. So in other words, I look here at the end. I look for something attached to the verb. And there I found a wow, I live there. There's something attached to the verb which tells me it is a they helped the boy. So therefore, I found at the end, I don't keep looking for it. With me. Number three. Nasara al-waladu. I apply Eli again. Eli means at the end. Can you see at the end here, I see 0, I see nothing. I look to the left there, I see nothing. Nothing in Raf'un. So it's not at the end, it's not in left. So therefore it must be inside. Okay. Like that very old Cremora advert. It's not inside, it's on top. Here, it's not to the left, it's inside. Okay. And the last one here, same thing. I'm going to apply Eli, end, left, in. I look at the end. I see it there. Therefore it's fine. And therefore I have found it. All good. Let's, I'm not going to do present tense verb sentences now. We can do next week, inshallah. So, are you good so far? Are you good? I'm going to go back and summarize quickly. I just want to summarize what we learned. We learned this. We learned today. We are doing what? Sentences. What is a sentence in Arabic? A sentence in Arabic is a jumla. And we said how many types of sentences are there? There are 2 types. What are the 2 types? Al-jumlatul ismiyya and al-jumlatul fi'liyya. We are doing al-jumlatul fi'liyya now. Jumlatul fi'liyya, a verb-based sentence. So now, when I have a verb-based sentence, I have a verb and I look for 2 other parts. I look for who is doing the action and I look for who the action is done to. Who the action is done to. What do I call the doer of the action? What do I call the doer of the action? The doer of the action is called what? It's called the fa'il, the doer. The fa'il. What I call the object, the one that the action is done to, it's called what? The maf'ulun bihi. Maf'ulun bihi. And the most important thing is that the doer will always be in raf'un. The doer will always be in raf'un, and the one that the action is done to will always be in nasbun. All with me so far? If you know that so far, then you're fine. This is new work. We have a sentence, the doer will be in raf'un and the danaban will be in nasbun. Then, if I go through the examples here, Then if I want to find the doer, I will apply Eli, end left in, end left in. So if I look at the end of the verb and I can't see the doer there, then I must look left. If I find there's something in Raf'un, I will find on the left. So all I'm doing is I'm finding the doer. Next thing, Nasaru al-walada. I look at the end, I see it there, it's the oo, and therefore it's the fa'il. Just a fine point about that, even though I can't see it there. You can't see that the oo there is in Raf'un, we still say it's in Raf'un. Sometimes you can't see the hal, you just like imply the hal. So the oo there that you can't really see what the hal is, you say it is Raf'un. Then if it had to be inside, it's not on the end, not on the left, it's inside, that huwa inside there. Even though I can't see the hal, I say that huwa inside there, it's also Raf'un. Even though it's invisible. That one in that huwa that he implied there is also Raf'un. And the same thing with nasartu or nasarta or nasarti. Doesn't matter if it's tu, ta or ti. It's still going to be the fa'il, and I'm still going to say it's also Raf'un. Even though I can't see it's Raf'un. It's just implied to be Raf'un. Okay. If you have any questions, you can post your questions. I will give you homework in the meantime. So your homework. Okay, so Dohira asked a good question. Must the number of the doer match the verb of the scale? Okay. So, if you look at number 5 there, for example. Number 5 there. Look at number 5. So in number 5, the doer is al-muslimuna. The doer is what? Al-muslimun. Nasara al-muslimuna al-talibina. So you will notice that whenever the doer is mentioned, it's visible, it's a raf'un thing. Whenever the doer is visible, it's raf'un. The verb I use is always that singular verb. The verb I use is a singular verb. I don't say, for example, nasaru. I don't say that. Why don't I say that? I don't say that because if it had to be nasaru, then I'm going to have a doer at the end and the doer at the left, and it's going to clash. Because in Arabic you can only have one doer. So to answer your question, that if you mention the doer, whether it's al-muslimu or al-muslimani or al-muslimuna or al-muslimatu, when the doer is mentioned, you always use the singular verb. The singular verb. If the doer is not mentioned, then you use the verb that you want to use, nasaru or nasartu, or whatever the case is. Okay, because remember, I can't have two doers. I must have one doer in the sentence, and that one doer must either be on the end or the left or inside. It can't be in two places. It must be either one of those. Okay. Homework. Homework is 2.1 was your homework, so hopefully you finished that. We'll send your answer sheet inshallah. Your homework is 2.2. Homework 2.2. 1 to 11. And then also, it's lockdown now, so you have lots of time to do homework. Hey, in between cooking the whole day and looking after the kids and homeschooling and working online. I pray you're all surviving, inshallah. I think there's one meme, all these memes going around. So one meme says that you always wish that the weekend wouldn't end. And now it says, well, now you have it. So that's your homework. Your homework is 2.2 and your homework is 2.3. 2.3. Very simple. 2.3. All you must do is translate it. Translate 2.3, and above above the fa'il you put the R for raf'un and you write fa'il, and above the maf'ulun bihi you put the N for nasbun and you write maf'ulun bihi, as this example says. And for good measure, inshallah, so much, there's so much homework here. It's because normally we do some of this in class. So anyway, 2.2 is very quick. It will take you very few minutes. 2.3 you can do as quick as well. And then I want you to try 2.4 and 2.5. Okay, it's not long, because 2.5 is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. So it's very simple. Okay, so 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, and 2.5. The most confusing one perhaps is 2.4. Let me explain to you. What do you do in 2.4? Only like one word, just one word. These are not long exercises, they are very quick, and they're just good practice for you, inshallah. So in 2.4, what you do is you write out the right version of the word Muslim, for example. Yeah. If I say the Muslim heard, there's actually a mistake there. That's a mistake in your textbook. Oh my goodness. But anyway, number A is a mistake. Shouldn't be al-Muslimuna, because it doesn't say the Muslims heard. It should be al-Muslimu. It should be what? Not al-Muslimuna. It should be al-Muslimu. So number A is a mistake there. It should be al-Muslimu. The Muslim heard. Number B, I saw a Muslim. I saw a Muslim. Now if I say I saw a Muslim, I must think, what hal will a Muslim be in? Is it the doer or is it done upon? If I say I saw a Muslim, is it the doer or done upon? It's the done upon, because I am the doer. So a Muslim. Then I must also think what hal is going to be in Raf Nasb Jar. It's going to be in Nasbun. Then I must think, is it single, dual or plural? It is singular. So therefore, this number B is going to be Musliman. I'm right here. Musliman. You with me? Musliman. Why? Because that's the former text here. If I say the number C, excuse me, the two Muslims helped the girls. The two Muslims is the doer, helped the girl. Therefore, the two Muslims must be in Rafun. So therefore, it's going to be Al-Muslimani. So you mustn't write the whole sentence, you must just write the correct version of the word. Okay. So Tawheed is asking question here, what if the doer is a female word? Must the verb be fa'ala or fa'alat? Good question. So I'll do it next week, but just to mention that if the doer is a female, for example, Atta al-Muslimatu. If I want to say the female Muslim helped, I won't say Nasara al-Muslimatu, I will say Nasarat al-Muslimatu, but we'll cover that next week, inshallah. We'll cover that next week. Just not, but basically you use the female verb for a female doer. Okay, so that's it for Nahu. We went actually overtime on Nahu. So I'm going to give you just a 2-minute break. 2 minutes, inshallah. You can stretch your legs and maybe take a few deep breaths and maybe have coffee there or something. But you can take a break for 2 minutes and then we will carry on, inshallah. After 2 minutes, we'll carry on with Sarf. Okay. So in 2 minutes we'll carry on Sarf, inshallah. Okay, Bismillah. So just enough time to have a cup of tea, or at least make a cup of tea, inshallah ta'ala. Bismillah. Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now we are going to do sarf. I'm going to go quickly because our time is a bit tight. So, quick revision, inshallah, just to remind ourselves of what we know. And let me just move this camera quickly, but let's do fa'ala together. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Fa'ala, all together. With me, fa'ala. Fa'ala, fa'alu. Fa'alat, fa'alna. Fa'alta, fa'altum. Fa'alti, fa'altunna. Fa'altu, fa'alna. Our next verb after fa'ala is, let me just check, is fataha. Bismillah. Fataha, fatahu. Fatahat, fatahna. Fatahta, fatahtum. Fatahti, fatahtunna. Fatahtu, fatahna. One more time. Fataha, fatahu. Fatahat, fatahna. Fatahta, fatahtum. Fatahti, fatahtunna. Fatahtu, fatahna. Next one. Daraba, daraba, ضربوا ضربت ضربنا ضربت ضربتم ضربتي ضربتن ضربت ضربنا. Next one. نصر نصر نصروا نصرت نصرنا نصرت نصرتم نصرتي نصرتن نصرت نصرنا. Next one. سمع سمع سمعوا سمعت سمعنا سمعت سمعتم سمعتي سمعتن سمعت سمعنا. And the second last one. حسب حسب حسبوا حسبت حسبنا حسبت حسبتم حسبتي حسبتن حسبت حسبنا. And last one. كرم كرم كرموا كرمت كرمنا كرمت كرمت كرمتي. Sorry, my mistake there. كرم كرموا كرمت كرمنا كرمت كرمتم كرمتي كرمتن كرمت كرمنا. So those 6 verbs, I would ask you again to practice that verbs. Make sure you're able to say them smoothly from memory. Then the present tense verb. الفعل مضارع. الفعل المضارع يفعل. بسم الله. يفعل يفعلون تفعل يفعلن تفعل تفعلون تفعلين تفعلن أفعل نفعل. Again يفعل يفعل يفعلون تفعل يفعلن تفعل تفعلون تفعلين تفعلن أفعل نفعل. Next one is going to be يسمع. بسم الله. يسمع يسمعون تسمع يسمعن تسمع تسمعون تسمعين تسمعن أسمع نسمع. Next one يفتح يفتح يفتحون تفتح يفتحن تفتح تفتحون تفتحين تفتحن أفتح نفتح. Next one is going to be يضرب يضرب يضربون تضرب يضربن تضرب تضربون تضربين تضربن أضرب نضرب. Next one is going to be ينصر ينصر ينصرون تنصر ينصرن تنصر تنصر تنصرون تنصرين تنصرن أنصر ننصر. Next one يحسب يحسب يحسبون تحسب يحسبن تحسب تحسبون تحسبين تحسبن أحسب نحسب. Next one يكرم يكرم يكرمون تكرم يكرمن تكرم تكرمون تكرمين تكرمن أكرم نكرم. So inshallah I will also send you an audio of those two scales being recited and the next scale as well inshallah. But those two scales being recited, I would like you to practice this week inshallah, make sure it gets completely smooth. Completely smooth. So today we start a new lesson, new scale. New lesson, new scale. Okay, you're with me. Oh yeah, don't switch off. Quick concept. Allah, Bismillah. So far in Sarf, you've done two scales. Two scales. The one scale is al-fi'l al-madi, which means the past tense verb like fa'ala, nasaraba, daraba, hasiba, karuma, and so on. And then you've done al-fi'l al-mudari', which is the present tense verb such as yaf'alu, yansuru, yaftahu, yadribu, yakrumu, and so on. Okay. Now, the one you have done so far is the one where the doer of the action is known. What does that mean? That means whenever I ask you to translate a verb on the scale, like I say for example, سمعت. سمعت. سمعت means what? I heard. Can you see you know who the doer is? The doer is I heard. If I ask you to translate nasaru, nasaru, what's the meaning of that? Nasaru means what? They helped. Can you see the doer is known? The doer is they. If I ask you to translate fatahta, fatahta, fatahta means what? You, one male, opened fatahta. Can you see who's the doer? You, one male, it's known. So in other words, in these scales, the doers are all known. With me. Then in the present tense, you also did the scale where the doer is known. Where the doer is known. Al-fi'l al-mudari, for example here, yadribu, he is hitting. For example, yadribuna, they are hitting. Who's the doer? The doer is known, it's they. For example, adribu, who's the doer? The doer is known, it's I hit. I am hitting. For example, nadribu, who's the doer? We are hitting. So when you translate any one of the words in the scale that you've learned so far, you always know who the doer is. It's either he or they or she or they or you, one male, you, one female, you group of males, you group of females, or I or we. You following me? You're following me? Okay. Now we're going to do two scales where the doer is not known. Okay, so we've done two scales where the doer is known. Those are your foundation scales. You must know them really well because they're your foundation of Sarf of Arabic. Now we're going to do two scales. Not now, we'll do one scale now and one next week inshallah. But we're going to do a scale now where the doer is not known. You with me? There's a doer is not known. Okay? And for example, the verb duriba. Daraba means he hit, but duriba means what? He was hit. He was hit. So think about it. He was hit. Is the doer known there? Is the doer mentioned? Who hit him? We don't know. It's not mentioned. So duriba means he was hit. You with me? In English, it's called the passive tense. The active tense is when the doer is known, and the passive tense is when the doer is not known. Okay. And then we're going to do the present tense as well, but we're going to focus now on the past tense, where the doer is not known. When the doer is not known, we call it al-fi'lul majhul. Al-fi'lul majhul. You can see in there's jahala, like jahiliyyah. You heard the term jahiliyyah before? Jahiliyyah means the period of ignorance when people didn't know. So al-fi'lul majhul means it's a verb where the doer is majhul, where the doer is not known. The doer is not known. Okay. So if daraba means he hit, can you see the doer is known? The doer is he there. Then the equivalent of the majhul verb is going to be duriba. What does duriba mean? He was hit. He was hit. Darabu means what? Darabu means what? Darabu means what? They hit. Darabu means what? They hit. They group of males or mixed group hit. If I have the majhul form, then it becomes duribu. Duribu. What does duribu mean? Duribu means they were hit. They were hit. Hope you're following me. Now if you have darabat, which you learned before, daraba, darabu, darabat, which means she hit. But now I want to say she was hit. It becomes what? Duribat. Becomes what? Duribat. If I have darabna, which means that they group of females hit. Now I want to say they group of females were hit. It becomes what? Duribna. Duribna. Okay. So the original scale we learned was sounded like this. Daraba, darabu, darabat, darabna. The majhul scale sounds very similar, but the letters change, the vowels change. Now it's going to be duriba, duribu, duribat, duribna. Say it with me. Duriba, duribu, duribat, duribna. Again. Duriba, duribu, duribat, duribna. One more time. Duriba, duribu, duribat, duribna. I must move myself. Yes, I can do that inshallah. One more time. Duriba, duriba, duribu, duribat, duribna. Last time. Duriba, duribu, duribat, duribna. Okay, we're good so far. This is called the majhul verb. Majhul verb. Okay, next one. I think I must just let me just move myself completely out of the picture. I'll come back a bit later. Okay. Next one. Darabta. We carry on the same scale. Darabta means what? You hit. Okay, there's a mistake here. Sorry for this. Mistake here. Let's fix this. But we can talk while I fix it. Inshallah. So if darabta means you hit, then duribta means what? You were hit. You, all the copy and paste mistakes. You were, and you were. Okay, so that's all fine. Oops. Okay, so we're back here. Duribat means what? Duribta, sorry, means you were hit. Next one. Darabtum means you 3 plus males hit. Why do I say you 3 plus males were hit? I say Duribtum. Duribtum. Darabti means you 1 female hit. How do I say you 1 female were hit? Duribti. Darabtunna means you 3 plus females hit. The majhul equivalent is Duribtunna. You 3 plus females were hit. Darabtu means I hit. Duribtu means I was hit. Darabna means we hit. Duribna means we were hit. So let's say the normal scale. Darabta, darabta, darabtum, darabti, darabtunna, darabtu, darabna. Again. Darabta, darabtum, darabti, darabtunna, darabtu, darabna. The majhul version. Duribta, duribtum, duribti, duribtunna, duribtu, duribna. Again. Duribta, duribtum, duribti, duribtunna, duribtu, duribna. So let's say the whole scale from the beginning. Duriba. Is right, inshallah? Duriba, duribu, duribat, duribna, duribta, duribtum, duribti, duribtunna, duribtu, duribna. One more time. Duriba, duribu, duribat, duribna, duribta, duribtum, duribti, duribtunna, duribtu, duribna. Okay, that's the majhul scale. I won't go to those individual ones. Let's do it collectively now. What about fu'ila? It's an awkward one because fa'ala means what? Fa'ala means what? Fa'ala means what? He did. He did. So what does fu'ila mean? It's very awkward. You have to say he was done upon. He was deeded. He was done upon. It's like an awkward one to translate. Like fa'alu means they did. Fu'ilu means they were done upon. But we just need to learn the scale anyway. So let's just learn the scale anyway. So, Bismillah. I can bring myself back here. Fu'ila. Bismillah. Fu'ila. Fu'ila. Fu'ilu. Fu'ilat. Fu'ilna. Fu'ilta. Fu'iltum. Fu'ilti. Fu'iltunna. Fu'iltu. Fu'ilna. Next one. I can leave all this out here. Now what about this? Duriba. Is that the Duriba scale? Duriba, Duribu, Duribat, Duribna, Duribta, Duribtum, Duribti, Duribtunna, Duribtu, Duribna. Next one. Nusira. Nusira, Nusiru, Nusirat, Nusirna, Nusirta, Nusirtum, Nusirti, Nusirtunna, Nusirtu, Nusirna. This is some translation. What does Nusira mean? Nasara means what? He helped. What is Nusira? Nusira means what? He was helped. Nasaru means they helped. What is Nusiru? Nusiru means they 3 plus males were helped. Nasarat means she helped. What is Nusirat? It means she was helped. Nasarna means they 3 plus females helped. What is Nusirna? They 3 plus females were helped. Nusirta means you 1 male were helped. Nusirtum, you many males were helped. Nusirti, you 1 female were helped. Okay, so we don't know who's doing the helping. We just know you were helped. Nusirtunna, you many females were helped. Nusirtu, I was helped, and Nusirna, we were helped. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you for homework is I would like you to memorize 3 of those scales. Write it out, inshallah. What you write out? فُعِلَ, ضُرِبَ, and نُصِرَ. What you write out? You're going to write out فُعِلَ, ضُرِبَ, and نُصِرَ. So you can go to the Mizan files and you can go to source number 1. You're going to find the presentation will be there, but don't worry about that now. You're going to find scale number 3. If you open scale number 3, let's open that quickly. Let's open scale number 3. There is the scale for you. I would like you to write out فُعِلَ and فُعِلُوا and فُعِلَت and فُعِلْنَا and فُعِلْتَ and فُعِلْتُمْ and فُعِلْتِنْ and فُعِلْتُنَّ and فُعِلْتِنْ and فُعِلْنَا, and write the same thing for ضُرِبَ and for نُصِرَ. Then say it all the time until it's smooth, until you have memorized it basically. Okay, so that's going to be your homework. And then you also have a blank sheet if you want to print it out, and you can write on there if you want to, or you can write it on a normal sheet of paper without using this this template. It's just taking a minute to download. Okay, taking a while. I'm just open to yours quicker. So you have this blank worksheet here that just has space for you to write in. And then also I would like you to do worksheet number 7. What must you do here? You must simply translate. So if it says فُعِلَ, he was done upon. فُعِلْنَا, they 3 plus females were done upon. فُعِلْتُ, I was done upon. So in this first column you write the English for these ones, and in the next column this is Arabic, you write the Arabic for the English one here. They 3 plus males were done upon, فُعِلُوا. You 1 plus male were done upon, فُعِلْتَ. So you can write this out, worksheet number 7, and that should be sufficient for sarf, inshallah. So new concept was majhul today. New concept was majhul today. So that's a new concept. So let me go back to the summary slide. Yes, I'm from the Quran. وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ. وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ, mau'uda means a female who is buried alive. Su'ilat from the word sa'alat. Sa'alat means she asked. But here it's not sa'alat, it's su'ilat. So here it means when that female infant su'ilat will be asked. بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ. بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ. بِأَيِّ, with which dhanb, which for which sin. قُتِلَتْ. قَتَلَتْ means she killed. قُتِلَتْ means what? She was killed. So on the Qiyamah, the child who was buried alive, she'll be asked for which sin like in a rhetorical manner. بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ, which sin has she been killed? وَإِذَا السُّحُفُ نُشِرَتْ. And when on Qiyamah, when the suhuf, when the scrolls and the pages, nasharat means to be spread out. Nasharat means when you spread something out. So nushirat means to be spread out. And so on. These are some verses from the Quran. I want to just summarize and say that you've done the daraba, nasara, fataha scale. You've done the yadribu and all those scales. Now you're going to do the duriba scale. And that scale is called, is a majhul scale. It's a majhul scale. So we'll leave it at that, inshallah ta'ala, and we'll go straight into the nasiha. Lesson files have gone AWOL again. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that Dropbox plugin. What I can do actually to make it easier for everybody is I'll just ask Nasreen just to share the Dropbox link to the folder and share. Okay, there it seems to be back in. I'll share the actual Dropbox link to the folder, so you can just get whatever you need, inshallah. And it'll be easier if I just share the Dropbox link. What's the name of the new scale? The new scale, it's got two names. It's the al-madi, the past tense, al-majhul. The past tense scale where the doer is not known. The past tense scale where the doer is not known, al-madi, al-majhul. The name will be on this worksheet. Let me just see, it should be here. On top here, you can see here is the name of the new scale. It is al-fi'lu, al-madi, al-majhul. Al-fi'l means it is the verb, al-madi, the past tense verb, al-majhul, the past tense verb that the doer is not known. That is the name of this scale. Okay. Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil mursaleen, Sayyidina wa Habibina Mawlana Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa barik wa sallim. So just a few words from to share, inshallah. In the last lesson, we spoke about the nafs. So in previous lessons, we spoke about the qalb, and we spoke about the ruh, and in the last lesson we spoke about the nafs, the dual nature of the nafs, and that the way that the nafs should be brought under control and brought under guidance, basically, that the nafs should be fulfilled in a way that pleases Allah and a way that Allah Ta'ala has ordained, and it shouldn't control and dominate a human being. Today I want to speak about the aql. The aql. So a good place generally in Arabic to start is, I always like to start with, what does the word mean? Like aql. What does the word mean? Because Arabic is a language where the words, if you simply just add a one-word translation, you lose a lot of the meaning. But if you go to the dictionary and you actually read the entries in the dictionary, it adds richness and depth to the word. So for example, if I'm going to open my dictionary now, and I'm going to go to dictionary here, and I'm going to type in Ain Qaf Lam, I'm going to come to the word aqala. So let me go back there again. I'm going to come to aqala ya'qilu. So the first meaning that they give here is that they say that the verb aqala means to hobble with an iqal. The verb aqala means to hobble with an iqal, referring to a camel. I'll come back to it now, inshallah. It means to intern, confine, detain, arrest, put under arrest, and so on. To pay blood money as well. To be endowed with the faculty of reason. To be reasonable, to have intelligence, to be in one's senses. So that is the word aql. Now you can see, like, it's strange because now we're talking about a camel whose legs are being tied and hobbling, and talking about intelligence. So this is what I mean about Arabic, is that there's depth in the meaning. and there's many other meanings. But let's go with that inshallah. If you look at further, you see here, you have something called an iqal. You have something called an iqal here. It is a cord used for hobbling the feet of a camel. It's also a headband made from a camel's hair. It's also for holding the kufiya. Kufiya is like a real word, eh? It's holding the kufiya in place. So an iqal is a thing that the Arabs wear. You know, the two black, like a black band, and then they put the kufiya on, and some they put a scarf on, and then that thing they put on top of them is called a what? An iqal. And that iqal, you'll notice, normally has two bands, because originally that two bands were actually, when you parked your camel, you basically tied its forelegs. So the camel can't run away. And therefore, if the camel had to like get up and walk, it will struggle to walk, it will hobble. It will aqala. It will aqala. Okay, so let's go back. So what do we establish? We establish that the word aql comes from a verb which means to restrain something. And it comes from this thing called an iqal, which means it's a piece of rope which is there to restrain the camel from running away, and also restrain your fez from blowing away. It is there to hold something back. So the word aql actually means something of causing restraint. In all those meanings, whether the camel or whether it's your kufiya, whatever the case is, and you put on this aqala thing, it is there to cause restraint. So in this diagram of a human being, what is the aql supposed to do? What is the aql supposed to restrain? And what the aql is actually supposed to restrain, this aql that has intelligence, is that the aql's job is actually to be the rational, thinking, logical, intelligent part of a human being that is able to restrain and hold back and tie down a person's lower desires, a person's emotional passions, someone's anger, someone's greed, and those things. That the aql is actually something of restraint. Something of restraint. And from this we get the verb ya'qilun. Ya'qilun. So normally we translate ya'qilun, which is correct. We translate as ya'qilun, afala ya'qilun, afala ta'qilun. Do they not think? Do you not think? We have this verb, do you not think? But I want you also to understand that behind the verb is also the meaning of restraint. That if you have someone who is unrestrained in their emotions and in their passions and in their desires and in their quest for something, then they actually cease to be intelligent. They cease to be a thinking, intelligent, reasonable human being. But if you have someone who is able to restrain their lower passions and their desires and their anger and their lust and all these things, then they become intelligent. They become intelligent. Therefore the Prophet ﷺ would say that the qawi, the one that is strong, is not the one who can wrestle someone down, but the one who is strong is able to control himself when he becomes angry. Why? Because that person has intelligence, they have an aql, and that is a form of strength. It's a form of strength. So one benefit of tribulation, and in a sense we are all going through a period of tribulation now. One benefit of loss, we've all lost a sense of movement, and there may be more losses ahead. There may be financial losses, loss of life, loss of health. One benefit of these things is it actually stills the lower desires and the passions, and it's able to bring forth a person's intelligence. You're able to see things more clearly, appreciate things more clearly. So this is the aql. Now I'd like us to go, and the aql is mentioned a number of times in the Quran. I just took a selection of verses. What does Allah say about the aql? Allah says in the one verse, and in different verses, كَذَلِكَ يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ آيَاتِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. Allah says in the verses, كَذَلِكَ, like that. يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ. يُبَيِّنُ is actually a verb, and the verb Allah there is actually the fa'il. The word Allah is the fa'il, the doer. It was in raf. يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ. Allah clarifies lakum, for you, ayatihi. He clarifies what ayatihi, and you know ayati is a jam'un mu'annathun salimun, and can't take a fatha, like muslimatu, muslimati, muslimati, ayatu, ayati, ayati, and if ayat is going to be a maf'ulun bihi. Anyway, كذلك, like that. يُبَيِّنُ اللَّهُ. Allah clarifies lakum, for you, ayatihi, His signs. He makes His signs manifest. Why? لَعَلَّكُمْ, in order that you, تَعْقِلُونَ, from aql, you are able to suspend and to control your irrational, your lower desires. You're able to transcend that, and you're able to think clearly and see clearly and attain intelligence. This is why the ayat of Allah are there. Allah says in another verse, وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَعِبٌ وَلَهْوٌ. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا, and the hayat, the life, الدُّنْيا, the worldly life is not إِلَّا, except la'ib, it's a whole lot of games. Can you imagine that? The whole lot of games. وَلَهُ, and it's a whole lot of amusement. Allah says that the nature of this dunya is that the nature of the dunya, there's lots of games, there's lots of distraction, there's a lot of waste of time, there's a lot of entertainment, a lot of amusement. And Allah says, وَلَدَّارُ الْآخِرَةِ, and لَدَّارُ الْآخِرَةِ, and definitely the abode of the akhirah, of the year after. So leave the dunya one side. That the abode of the year after is khayrun, is better, لِلَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ, for those that have taqwa. For those that have taqwa. أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ, are you not able to have an aql? Are you not able to think and see and have some intelligence that this life is just play and amusement, and that the real life is the next life? This is the clarity that the Quran wants to manifest within our minds. Next verse, Allah says, Inna sharra dawabi. Verily the sharra dawab means the worst of dawab, and dawab means creatures, normally refers to cattle. That the worst of creatures, the worst of cattle, the worst indallahi, with Allah. It's referring to human beings. That the worst of creatures to Allah, with Allah, is a summul bukmu. Is the one that is sum, the one that is unable to hear. Meaning what? Is unable to hear the truth. Is unable to listen and to hear the truth. Bukmun is unable to speak, unable to express the truth. Who are these people who are unable to hear, unable to speak? الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. It is those that لَا يَعْقِلُونَ, those who have no aql, those who have no restraint, those who have no intelligence, those who have no clarity of thought. Next verse, again we're looking at how Allah uses aql in the Quran. Allah says, Inna, verily we, Allah, anzalnahu, we have revealed it, we have sent it down, Qur'anan Arabiyan, as a Qur'an. And what type of Qur'an, what type of recitation? Arabiyan, in an Arabic Qur'an. Why did Allah send down this Arabic Qur'an? As we are studying Arabic and we're studying the Quran, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ, in order that you may have an aql, that you may think and you may have restraint and you may see things as they should be. Last verse. On the day of Qiyamah, there will be guardians and guards at the gates of the hellfire. And when someone is about to enter the hellfire, they'll ask this person, وَقَالُوا, and they will say to this person, like, what are you doing here? Didn't the warner come to you? Then the person entering the hellfire will say, وَقَالُوا, and they will say, لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْمَعُ أو نعقل. لو كنا, if only we نسمع, we would have listened. أو نعقل, we would have used our عقل. ما كنا في أصحاب السعير, we would not have been from the companions of the blazing hellfire. And why these two things? نسمع. If only on this world we were able to listen to the truth. And sometimes not everybody has opportunity to hear the truth and to listen to the truth and to hear reminders. Allah says, أو نعقل. Or if only we were able just to think about things. If we were able for a moment to restrain our passions and our lower desires and think clearly that this life isn't everything and act like that, we wouldn't have been from the companions of the hellfire. So this is the aql. The aql is that intelligence that Allah has blessed you and I with. We're not beasts, we're not animals, we're not people of lower passions, lower desires that rule our lives. We have a purpose. We have a purpose. And our purpose is that we actually live for the year after. We live for the next world. Our vision is on the next world. And when someone lives for the next world, they do two things. They do two things. Number one is that they connect their lives and their hearts to Allah Ta'ala and those things which Allah loves. Number one. And number two, their life's work is about service. Their life's work is about serving people, serving their families, looking after their families, rearing their families, serving their extended families, looking after their extended families, serving their neighbors, their community, their country, the people of this dunya, of this world. That's what our life is about. Our life is not about la'ib, about play. Our life is not about lahu, about entertainment. Our life is not about kibr, about being proud. Our life is not about this dunya, this mata', these goods. These are all deceptions that the aql, if it's unrestrained, the deception will overtake your life. And a person whose deception has overtaken their life is by definition, according to Allah, an unintelligent person. In fact, Allah says, Sharrat Dawab, they are the worst of people. The worst of people. So we as believers, one of the fundamental things about the Quran is that the Quran not only gives you spiritual inspiration, the Quran changes your mindset completely. That the way you look at the world and the way you think about the world, the way you look at your time and your life and your few moments here and your possessions, the Quran makes you see it so clearly that it has a profound effect on your life. That your entire life, direction, family will change. Why? Because your aql comes to the fore. Because finally there is clarity. Because people for many years have been running after their nafs and their hawa and the whisperings of shaitan and lost in this dunya, running, chasing, until what? For what? For nothing. And all the time they're running and chasing after their own ego, after their own amassment, after all this deception, entertainment, all these things, they are wasting their time. And the aql is not stimulated. The aql is not opened. So this is where a time now, where it's time for us to still those passions. And even the busyness sometimes the busyness is also deception. Why? Because sometimes one gets so busy, we are unable to think. We get so busy, we're unable to reflect. It's as if we are living on autopilot. Every day is the same, every week is the same, running, chasing, next meeting, next project, next deal, all the time running. Now Allah has put a pause. And a pause in life is important. A pause gives you and I and all of us an opportunity to reflect and to use our aql and to think about what is my life really about. And on top of that, Allah has blessed us to be at the door of Ramadan. Can you imagine it's Ramadan, you can't go out? It's Ramadan, you'll be fasting, you can't really go out. Who knows, or you're limited going out. It's time for you to press pause and for myself to press pause and to reflect on our lives until the final pause comes, until death comes. Because death will bring an end to all the business and the deception and the running after this dunya and everything else that we're doing. So now we have a pause before the final pause. Because after the final pause, the next life is resurrection. So now this opportunity here is being presented to us. Difficult or easier situation, it doesn't really matter. Because whether the situation is difficult, whether the situation is easy right now, whether it's challenging, whether it's full of hardship, or whether you're enjoying to have a time or a break, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have a chance to reflect. You have a chance to reflect and to think and to bring this aql to the fore. So these are some of the verses of the Quran from the aql we make to Allah. Ta'ala must give us uqul. Allah must give us minds that have foresight, that understand that the real vision and the real connection is with the hereafter. That this life, we shouldn't get lost in it, and we should have a clarity of thought. May Allah bless and protect you and your families and your children. May Allah give us and our spouses, and especially Allah give our children also this ability to think and to have clarity of thought, to know what's important, to make good choices, for us to make good choices, in choices inspired by Allah Ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We'll have a 2 or 3 minute break, and then we will continue, inshallah ta'ala. I want to mention one last thing before I go, is that alhamdulillah, many people are trying to do lots of work and trying to help in these times. Things are really desperate. Sometimes when you live in a comfortable social circle, we become cut off from the difficulties that they really exist. We become cut off from what is happening. There are many people, I know some of the people personally who are struggling to even have enough food to eat, to buy enough electricity for the next few days. People are in desperate circumstances. So, inshallah, from the Inlight Foundation, we will be launching a fund, inshallah, within the coming week, coming few days, inshallah. It's called the Inlight Community Relief Fund. So the way the fund works is that we are setting up a central pool of funds for relief work, basically. And the way it will work is that we will use the network of imams. So alhamdulillah, we have a good network of imams that have identified a few hundred families already. The imams will identify which families are struggling and in need, and then they will vet them, and we will also vet them from the Inlight side, and then we will give them a very basic monthly stipend just to help in some way. Give each family about 500 rand a month just to help some way, inshallah ta'ala. So this will be launching soon, inshallah. We accept zakah and sadaqah and any donation, and we also will have a 100% distribution policy. So every rand cent will end up with someone who is desperately needing it. So we call upon you to support this venture and to support all the good that is being happening in the community. Don't become complacent. Don't become complacent in our own bubble of comfort when people are really, really struggling. May Allah bless us to be of service. May Allah accept our little service, make it a means of our forgiveness and a means of our entry into paradise. We will send the details soon, inshallah, for the final launch soon, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We'll have just a 2-minute break and we'll carry on. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil mursaleen, Sayyidina wa Habibina Mawlana Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi barik wa sallim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the class. If you just joined now, we're going to have a short lesson. Let me see what my time is like. We have a lesson of Sarf and Nahu for the next few minutes, inshallah. So let's start with Sarf number 2. Okay, so again, let me go back here, on the website, hopefully it's working now. If you go to www.mizan.co.za, and if you go to Student Center Lesson Files, and then you'll find these folders here. Sometimes this thing works, sometimes it has a few issues, but it's working now, alhamdulillah. And okay, and now we're on number 6, Arabic online. And then in number 6 we will have week number 2, and in week number 2 we're going to have all the lessons here. So we are in Sarf number 2. Okay, so here's Sarf number 2, and then you're going to find the number of files there. So let's open the answer files. Okay, so then we have the answer file, so you can open that, inshallah. It should open like this. It should open like this. Okay, so Bismillah. So what I've done here is I've put the answers down for your homework. I put the answers down for your homework. So we'll start quickly by reciting the scales, and then we're going to go on to a new scale, inshallah. Well, actually first the marker work and then the new scale. So Bismillah, we'll just do a few scales. Nazzala, or let's do fa'ala first. All together. Fa'ala, yufa'ilu, taf'ilan, mufa'ilun, mufa'alun. Fa'il, la tufa'il. Next scale. Nazzala, nazzala, yunazzilu, tanzilan, munazzilun, munazzalun. نزل لا تنزل. Next one. كذب كذب يكذب تكذيبا مكذب مكذب كذب لا تكذب. Next one. سبح سبح يسبح تسبيحا مسبح مسبح سبح لا تسبح. Next one. علم علم يعلم تعليما معلم معلم علم لا تعلم. Next one. قتل قتل يقتل تقتيلا مقتل مقتل قتل لا تقتل بشر بشر يبشر تبشيرا مبشر مبشر بشر لا تبشر. If the site is not working, inshallah, we'll send you the Dropbox link now and you can open the folders yourself, inshallah. Next one, عذب عذب يعذب تعذيبا معذب معذب عذب لا تعذب. Next one, بدل بدل يبدل تبديلا مبدل مبدل بدل لا تبدل. Next one, صدق صدق يصدق تصديقا مصدق مصدق صدق لا تصدق. Next one, قدم قدم يقدم تقديما مقدم مقدم قدم لا تقدم. Next one, بين 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 يبين تبيينا مبين مبين بين لا تبين. Last one, سخر سخر يسخر تسخيرا مسخر مسخر سخر لا تسخر. Okay. So inshallah this is on the website. If the website isn't working, we're going to send you the Dropbox link now, inshallah. You can open the file. But basically what these are the answers to Bab number 2. You have to basically practice it and you have to say it smoothly to be able to master the scale. Then we also gave you a homework to do, which was from last week. So let me just see what we gave you last week. We gave you the sarf from the Quran. So let's go through some of the answers, inshallah. So this is on last week's folder. Or you can follow on the screen for now. If you're struggling to get the folder, you can follow on the screen, inshallah. So yeah. Let me just sort this out quickly. 1 second. Okay. So what I'd like us to do here is that these are examples from the Quran. So we have to identify, it's all second bab, so we have to identify what is the no, what is the type of word it is first of all. So the first verse says يُذَبِّحُونَ أَبْنَاءَكُمْ. يُذَبِّحُونَ is the what? So we think about ذَبَّحَ يُذَبِّحُ ذَبَّحَ يُذَبِّحُ. This is يُذَبِّحُونَ. So if I am on ذَهَبَ ذَبَّحَ, which means to slaughter, which means he slaughtered. Then I go to the mudari يُذَبِّحُ, which means he is slaughtering. And then I go down يُذَبِّحُ يُذَبِّحُونَ. I come to the word. So يُذَبِّحُونَ means they are slaughtering. So this is the type of word is al-fi'lul mudari', and the translation is they are slaughtering. Abna'akum means your sons. They are slaughtering your sons. Next one. وَظَلَّلْنَا عَلَيْكُمُ الْغَمَامَ. So if I'm looking for a word first of all, like what does ظَلَّلْنَا mean? I go to the dictionary and I type in the lam for ظَلَّلَ. And then I will see that ظَلَّ, this is ظَلَّ, which is the lam, because I shut down the lam. I'll look for the second verb. So I'll look for the two. When I find the two, I found the meaning of the second verb, which means to shade, to overshadow, to cast a shadow, to screen, to protect, to shelter. So ظَلَّلَ means to cast a shadow, to protect, to shelter. Then Allah says وَظَلَّلْنَا. So now we have ظَلَّلَ يُظَلِّلُ تَظْلِيلًا مُظَلِّلٌ مُظَلَّلٌ ظَلِّلْ لَا تُظَلِّلْ. And this is going to be right at the beginning. This is going to be with ظَلَّلَ. ظَلَّلَ. ظَلَّلَ means he cast a shade. But if I'm going to go down, there's a bit difficulty, especially at the beginning, is how do you go down from ظَلَّلَ? Like فَعَلَ, فَعَلُوا, فَعَلَتْ, فَعَلْنَا. ظَلَّلَ ضللوا ضللنا فعلنا ضللنا ضللت ضللتم ضللت ضللتن ضللت ضللنا. We know na means we. So ضللنا means we cast a shadow. And the we here refers to Allah Ta'ala. So وَضَلَّلْنَا means we Allah we cast alaykum upon you al-ghamama, a shadow, with the ghamam means clouds. We shaded upon you with the clouds. So the type is going to be al-fi'l al-madi, it's going to be a past tense verb, and translation is going to be we cast a shadow or we shaded. Next one. وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ عَلَيْكُمْ وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ عَلَيْكُمْ. Let's go together and look for the meaning first of all of muharram, of harrama. So the root letters are ha, ra, mim. Ha, ra, mim. I go to the dictionary. I see that haruma is the verb, but I'm not looking at the first verb, I'm looking for the second verb. The second verb. So the second verb means to declare sacred, sacrosanct, inviolable, taboo, to declare something unlawful, not permissible. Okay, because generally there's a link between something unlawful and something sacred. Generally, when something is very sacred, more things are unlawful to keep it sacred, if you know what I mean. For example, we have the word ihram. Ihram. So when you make salah, you do something called takbiratul ihram. It's a takbir of sacredness, because the takbir with many things are not permissible. You can't eat, and you can't walk, and you can't talk, and you can't do many things. You with me? Because you're in a sacred state from harrama. For example, ahrama yuhrimu ihram, same root letters, means when you put on that white garment. When you put on the white garment, some things become not permissible to you because there's a sacred space. So the link between harrama and sacredness. So here, what do we have? We have وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ. How do I translate muharramun? Bismillah, can someone give me the answer? First of all, it's the what of the verb? It is the harrama yuharrimu tahriman muharrimun muharramun. It is the ismul maf'ul. What is the meaning of it? Harrama will mean he forbid or he made sacred. He forbid or he made sacred. What does muharram mean? Not the month I'm speaking about, same name, but what does it mean? It's to maf'ul, yes, what's the meaning of it? Harrama means he forbid or he made sacred. So it means what? Yuharrimu, he is forbidding, he is making sacred. Tahrim, forbidding, making sacred. Muharrim is the one who forbids or the one who makes sacred. And muharram is that which is forbidden or that which is made sacred. You with me? وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ عَلَيْكُمْ وَهُوَ, and he, or could be it, I'm not sure the context here. The context of the sentence, he or it is muharramun, is made forbidden, is made sacred upon you. And it is made sacred, forbidden upon you. Next one. So it's going to be ismul maf'ul. Next one. فَرِيقًا كَذَّبْتُمْ. فَرِيقًا كَذَّبْتُمْ. كَذَّبَ, you should know. كَذَّبَ means what? To deny, to deem someone or something a liar. So فَفَرِيقًا كَذَّبْتُمْ. So what does كَذَّبْتُم mean? What does كَذَّبْتُم mean? It says 155 people. Bismillah. Someone. كَذَّبْتُم. You must all answer, inshallah. We are on the YouTube chat. You can all answer, inshallah. كَذَّبْتُم. Okay. So remember, kadhabtum doesn't mean to lie. Kadhabtum means to declare or deem someone or something a liar. Deny is fine as well, yes. So فَفَرِيقًا كَذَّبْ or belie as well is fine, yes. So كَذَّبْتُم actually means all of you denied, all of you belied. But where's the maf'ul bihi? Who did all of you deny and belie? If you look carefully, what will you see? You will see that فَرِيقًا is the maf'ul bihi. So فَفَرِيقًا كَذَّبْتُم means all of you denied a fariqan, a group. It's referring here to messengers, where some people of different beliefs have accepted a group of messengers. فَفَرِيقًا كَذَّبْتُم and another fariq, another group, كَذَّبْتُم, you have denied as messengers. You with me? So فَفَرِيقًا كَذَّبْتُم and a group of messengers, كَذَّبْتُم, you denied them, you deemed them to be liars. With me? Okay. So the no there, the type is al-fi'l al-madi. كذب, كذبوا, كذبت, كذبنا, كذبت, كذبتم. فعل ماضي, and the translation I gave to you. Next one. يفرقون به بين المرء وزوجه. فرق يفرق. أي فرق فرق means to separate, divide. But on the second bab it means to, a farq is a division. So farraq on second bab means to cause a division, to separate, to part, to divide, to sever, to sunder. It means to cause a division, to cause a separation. So yufarriquna is the what? فرق يفرق. So it's a فعل مضارع and it goes down. يفرق يفرقون. They caused a division. They caused a separation. So it's a فعل مضارع, and translation, they caused a division به, with it, بين المرء, between the man, وزوجه, and his wife. Next one. يعلمون الناس السحر. يعلمون is the what of the second verb? علم يعلم. What is the second verb? علم يعلم. It is the mudari again. يعلم, go one down. يعلم يعلمون. And علم يعلم means to cause knowledge, which in other words means to teach. And they taught الناس, مفعول به number one. They taught the people, مفعول به number two. السحر, the magic. And they taught the people magic. Next one. وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ. Again, عَلَّمَ يُعَلِّمُ is the mudari. And he is teaching. Sorry, يُعَلِّمُونَ, the previous one doesn't mean they taught. It means they are teaching. Number 7 here. يُعَلِّمُ means, it's a fi'l mudari, means, and he is teaching whom, he is teaching them. مفعول به number 1. What's he teaching them? Al-Kitab, the book. Just a note about the word yu'allimu. The word yu'allimu most times has two maf'uls. Most times has two objects. Why? Because allama yu'allimu means to cause knowledge. So there's two things basically. Number 1, you cause knowledge to someone about something. So you teach someone something. So in English you'll say, he taught the boy the Quran. So there's two objects there. يعلم المدرس الولد القرآن. So there's going to be two maf'uls when it comes to يعلم most times. Next one. Next one. وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. Bashir, وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ is what? Second verb. Let's go to second verb. Bashara. Bashara yubashiru tabshiran mubashirun mubasharun. Bashir la tubashir. So what of the second verb is this? Can someone answer me? What of the second verb is this? It is the amr. The amr normally is bashir. But why do I have bashiri? The amr is bashir, but to join to sabirin, I can't say bashir sabirin. Just try it. Make a sukun on the r. Bashir ris. You can't do that. So to make it flow, we add I. Bashiris sabirin. So bashir is the amr for you one male, different to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you give glad tidings to as-sabirin, to those who are patient. Next one. What tasrif riyah. Did you got tasrif? You should know tasrif because tasrif comes from which verb? Sarafa. And you are doing sarafa now. You're doing sarf, which comes from the word tasrif, which means to change. So we go to sad, ra, fa, and I enter it, and then I'll come to the word sarf, sarafa, which means to turn away. And then I come to the second verb, to cause, to flow, to draw, to drain. Sometimes the answer they give so many meanings that you have to look for the right meaning, the right context here. I wouldn't actually use any of these words here. They probably might actually mention tasrif a bit later on here in the actual entries. But I mean, the simple meaning of tasrif means to cause change. To cause change. You can see here they actually have the word tasrif here, which means to change, to alteration, inflection. Actually, that's the word I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for here is tasrif. What tasrif? So sarrafa, yusarrif. Let's go through it. Sarrafa, yusarrifu, tasrifan. Therefore, tasrif is the masdar. It is the masdar of the second verb and means sarrafa means he caused change. Yusarrifu, he is causing change. Tasrif, causing change or causing alternation. And in the causing of the alternation, or in the causing of, or in the changing of ar-riyah, of the winds. Because next one. Harrama alaykumul maytata. Harrama, he made haram, he made prohibited. Alaykum, upon you, al-maytata, easy one. Harrama is the fi'lul madi. Next one. La yukallimuhumullahu yawm al-qiyamah. You still with me? I know it's a lot. Hopefully you did your homework, so you're marking your homework. Hopefully you're not trying to work it out now as we're going along, because I'm not sure if you're going to keep up. So remember, this is homework which you should be marking with me. The value is in actually sitting down and struggling with the homework and going through it. Then you're going to learn. If you're going to just sit and know the answer after I say it, it's not going to help that much. Well, a bit, because we'll hear answers, but it's much better to do the homework up front, inshallah. So we'll do, how many are there in total? There's 18, we are number 11. Let's do all of them quickly. لا يكلمهم الله يوم القيامة. لا يكلم, كلم, يكلم فعل مضارع. Allah will not speak to them on the day of Qiyamah. Next one. ذلك تخفيف من ربكم. تخفيف comes from the word خفف. خفيف means something light. So خفف means to make light. So if I go to the scale, خفف, يخفف, تخفيف. خفف, he made light. يخفف, he is making light. تخفيف, making light, making easy. ذلك, that is تخفيف, that is an ease, a making easy. من ربكم, from your Lord. Next one, كذلك, number 13. كذلك يبين الله آياته للناس. كذلك, like that, يبين. بيّن, بان يبين means to be something is clear. So يبين, يبين means to make something clear. كذلك, like that, يبين, Allah makes clear آياته, His signs for people, الفعل المضارع. Next one, وللمطلقات. طلق means to divorce. So طلق means he divorced. He caused a divorce. يطلق, because the word talaq actually means to be free. Let's go through, it's a good word to know also. The word طلق on the first bab it's actually like a funny one, eh? But anyway, طلق on the first bab means to be cheerful, to be jovial, and also means to be divorced. I suppose some people are cheerful after the divorce, it's like they got divorced. But anyway, طلق on the second bab means to set free, to release something or someone. And therefore it also means to divorce, because it means when someone is set free. When someone is set free. So, طلق means he is set free. يطلق, he is, let's say he divorced. He is divorcing. تطليقا is the masdar, which means divorcing. مطلق is the one who divorces. And مطلق is the one who is divorced. You with me? مطلق is the one who issues the divorce, and the مطلق is the one who receives the divorce. So here Allah speaking مطلقات, so it's ism maf'ul and it's a plural. مطلقات, and the women who have been divorced. Next one, وإذا طلقتم النساء. طلقتم, طلق فعل الماضي, go down. طلق, طلق, طلقوا, all the way. طلق, طلقوا, طلقت, طلقنا, طلقت, طلقتم. It's the فعل الماضي. Next one, وأزواج مطهرة. طهرة means to be clear, so طهرة means to make something clear and pure and clean. So طهرة, he purified. يطهر, he is purifying. تطهير, purifying. مطهر, اسم مفعول, is the purifier, and مطهر is the ones who have been purified. So Allah says, وَأَزْوَاجٌ, and in paradise people will have spouses, مطهرة, that have been purified. Second last one, وَمِنَ الْمُقَرَّبِينَ. Nice one. Qareeb means to be close. So qarraba on the second bab means to make something close. So qarraba, he made close. Yuqarribu, he is making close. Taqreeb, making close or making near. Muqarrib is the one that makes someone else close. And muqarrab is the one that is made close. So Allah says, وَمِنَ الْمُقَرَّبِينَ, and from those that have been made close. Obviously, it's a very powerful thing when Allah says it. If Allah calls you muqarrib, it means that you are the one that are coming, you the one that are coming close to Allah, you making yourself close. If Allah says you are muqarrab, it means Allah has made you close. So it's a very powerful statement. Last one. فضل الله المجاهدين بأموالهم. فضل means to prefer, to give extra. فضل Allah, Allah has preferred, Allah has given extra to al-mujahideen, those who strive بأموالهم, with their wealth. So those are the answers to this one. What I'd like you to do for next week, inshallah, especially the second year, which is your first time doing these scales, I'd like you just to open scale number 3. Scale number 3, I don't know if you have it in front of you. It's on the website, if the website's working, or the Dropbox link has been sent to you. But scale number 3. If you open scale number 3, you'll find number of scales there. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to memorize the fa'ala scale. We can discuss it next week, inshallah, but just for this week to memorize the fa'ala. So let's do the first 2 words quickly. Fa'ala yufa'ilu. Also, say it with me. Even if you're dawra here, you can say it with me. You also need the practice. Fa'ala yufa'ilu. Again. Fa'ala yufa'ilu. Last time. فعل يفاعل. The scale is unique because it has two masters, فعالا and مفاعلة. It has فعالا and مفاعلة. To make it easy, we only say فعالا. We'll just leave مفاعلة for now. فعل يفاعل فعالا. Again, فعل يفاعل فعالا. Again, فعل يفاعل فعالا. Last time, فعل يفاعل فعالا. Next to اسم فاعل اسم مفعول, مفاعل مفاعل. Together, مفاعل مفاعل. Again, مفاعل مفاعل. Last time, مفاعل مفاعل. From the beginning, فعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعل مفاعل. Again, فعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعل مفاعل. Last two. الأمر, the command is فاعل فاعل. The nahi is لا تفاعل. Again, فاعل do, لا تفاعل don't do. Again, فاعل لا تفاعل. Again, فاعل لا تفاعل. One more time, فاعل لا تفاعل. Let's say the whole one 3 times. فعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعل مفاعل. فاعل لا تفاعل. Again, فعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعل مفاعل. فاعل لا تفاعل. Last time, فعل يفاعل فعالا مفاعل مفاعل. فاعل لا تفاعل. Okay. So that's going to be for next week, inshallah ta'ala. I know it's a mission, mazid fi, but keep practicing, inshallah. It adds a lot of richness and depth to your understanding of Arabic. If you can't manage, mashallah, you can't manage, it's fine. The teacher will still, in class and online, tell you what the words mean, what bab, and so on. But if you can try to grasp some of this, it gives you lots of power and lots of knowledge about how words work and how words are derived and what they mean. So there's lots of benefit in doing this, inshallah. So if you could, for homework, do fa'ala, and also, if possible, if you can just write out the others as well. Leave the meaning for now. We'll do the meaning next week, inshallah. Just to say it for now. Fa'ala, and so on. And finish the worksheet without the meanings. We'll do the meanings next week, inshallah. Okay. Now, we're going to do Nahu. One of my intentions for the lockdown, I made that niyyah. I'm just busy with some other work now, but as soon as I'm finished with that work, I'm going to, inshallah, finish the Nahu 2 textbook and the Mizan Sarf book. I think it's time to finish it now. And Allah has given some time now. So my niyyah, inshallah, is to finish the textbook and the workbook. So inshallah, make dua, when class starts again, we'll have a Sarf textbook and you'll have a Sarf workbook. You can say Ameen. So what I've done is I've started already, alhamdulillah. So I've put the first few pages of the Nahu book on the shared folder. Okay. So we sent you the Dropbox link now. If the website isn't working, then you can just open the Dropbox link on your phone. I'm sure it will work even if you don't have a Dropbox account. I hope so. And then in that folder you will see under week number 2, you will see it says here Mizan second year textbook, Nahu second year textbook, from page 3 to 8. So I've started on the Nahu textbook, alhamdulillah. Make dua, inshallah, it will be finished soon, inshallah. So I thought I'll just, for the next, however long the online lessons last, is that we'll actually work through the Nahu textbook that is being written right now, and then it will be a good time also to proofread it together. So if you can open it, you can open it. If you can't open it, you can follow with me on the screen. Okay, so either you can open it on the website. If it doesn't work, you can try the Dropbox link we sent to everybody on WhatsApp. The link is also on the YouTube chat. And if you can't do that, you can follow on screen, inshallah. So the second introduction Nahu textbook basically covers the whole Nahu syllabus fairly comprehensively, including the work we did in first year, but to greater detail. Okay, so you're with me. So let's start from the beginning. It says here at the beginning, what is Nahu? So let me just go a bit down. I'd like just to zoom in for those who can, so you can see a bit better what's happening. Okay, so just zoom in a bit here. I'm going to block it a bit, let me just put it here. Just a bit like this. Okay, actually let me just take myself off here for a while, so you can just see properly. Okay, that's better. Okay, now you should all be able to follow on screen nice and clearly, inshallah. So it says, what is Nahu? So it first says that speech, kalam, like we did kalima in Arabic before, that a speech or a kalam or kalima is in Arabic consists of three parts, namely ismun, fi'lun, and harfun. Ismun, fi'lun, and harfun. And then i'rab or inflection in Arabic, i'rab, is the change of the last syllable of the word. In other words, the change of the hal of the word to raf, nasb, jar, which affects the role of that word in a sentence. It affects the role of the word in a sentence. And then finally, an ism only has three states of inflection, three types of i'rab, three types of hals, which is indicated by differing end symbols as shown below. So an ism can only be in raf'un, nasbun, and jarrun. Now, this table here is a fairly comprehensive table of most of what you've learned and maybe one or two new things. So let's go through this table quickly, and then this will be the lesson for today. So the lesson is that every ism must be in raf'un, nasbun, or jarrun. So you learned that long time ago, your second lesson in your first year, whatever that was, that every ism must be raf'un, nasbun, or jarrun. However, there are different types of isms. There are single isms, there are dual isms, there are male plurals, there are female plurals, there are broken plurals, there are ones that can't change, there are ones that are fixed, there are all different types of isms. So these isms, they will show raf'un, nasbun, and jarrun in different types of ways. In other words, their signs of raf, nasb, and jar will be different depending on the different type of ism. You with me? That's the first thing. So today's lesson is not discussing the reasons why something is raf'un, like fa'il or mubtada or khabar. We're just discussing what are the signs and what are the hal. Now let's go one by one, inshallah. Let's go one by one. So number one, we're doing now a single ism. Do I have a highlighter on here? Let's do a highlighter one by one, inshallah. We're doing now a single ism. Single. So a single ism, in Arabic, the type of word is single, and it's mufrad. Mufrad means single. When it is in raf'un, its sign will be u or un. For example, al-muslimu or al-muslimun. When it is in nasbun, it will be an a when an, for example, al-muslima or musliman. And when a single ism is in jar, it will be I or in, like al-muslimi or muslimin. That should be very simple. Then we have a dual ism. A dual ism. And dual in Arabic is called muthanna. When it is dual, it has an ani. For example, muslimani is rafun, muslimani. Normally I don't technically, and this is like very technical now, we don't technically say that the ani is a sign of rafun. We say the alif of the ani is a sign of rafun. That's just a very technical thing, but just so you know it. So I normally say ani just to make it easier, but actually technically it's the alif of the ani, which is the sign of rafun. If a dual ism muthanna is in nasbun, it becomes what? You still with me? It becomes aini. For example, muslimaini. And in jarun, it becomes aini as well, like muslimaini. We say the sign of nasb there is not technically, I normally in class say it's aini, but technically it's the ya there that is a sign of nasb, and the ya which is a sign of jar. Okay. That should be easy so far. Is it easy so far? You can say yes just to make you feel better. Next one. Sound male plural in Arabic. In English it's jam'un mudhakkarun salimun. It's jam'un mudhakkarun salimun, which is a sound male plural. Shukran Adnan. Now I feel better. Now, a sound male plural is jam'un. Only one person said they're with. Okay. Barakallah. You with me? Jam'un mudhakkarun salimun, sound male plural. A sound male plural, for example, muslimuna. Muslimuna. When it's in raf'un, it's una. The actual sign of raf, even though in class we say it's una, technically it's the waw of the una is in raf'un. If it's in nasbun, it's muslimina, and jarun is muslimina. The sign of nasb and jar is actually the ya of the ina. You with me? So each one has a sign. There's a sign for its hal. Then jam'un female, sound female plural now. We were busy with this one here. Sound female plural. Jam'un mu'annathun salimun. Busy with this one here. When it's in raf'un, it's muslimatun. And the sign there is or un. If it's al, it's al-muslimatu. If it's no al, it's muslimatun. If it's in nasbun, it's I or in. Al-muslimati or muslimatin. There's no muslimata or muslimatan. And jarun, it's a I or in. So muslimatin or muslimati. Al-muslimati. That's the easy one. Then broken plural also is very easy because broken plural has the same pattern as a single ism. In rafun it's u or un, like rusulun. In nasb or an, rusulan. And in jar I or in, like rusulin. Then finally here of this section, we have something called the 5 nouns. In Arabic they are called al-asma'ul khamsa. Al-asma means isms. Al-khamsa, the 5 isms. They are unique because there's only 5 of them in Arabic. And when they're in raf'un, they don't have a u or un, they have a waw at the end. For example, abu. Abu means what? Abu means a father. So abu in raf'un is, ab in raf'un is abu. Or dhu is a possessor. You can see in raf'un they have a waw at the end. There's a waw here at the end and a waw at the end there. When they're in nasbun, they have an at the end. Aba. Aba. Like if I say ra'aytu, I saw a father, ra'aytu aba. It was nasb. Or da. And in jarun there's a ya at the end, like abi. Not abi my father. Abi just means here abi in nasb or the in nasb. So what's unique about these 5 is that these only 5 words in Arabic that I mentioned at the bottom here: abu, akhu, dhu, fu, hamu, So Abu means father, Akhu means brother, Dhu means possessor, Fu means mouth. Hamu, I think, is some sort of uncle, something, I'm not sure exactly. I think it's uncle, yes. And those five, only those 5 words in the Raf, they have U sound, they have Abu, Dhu, Fu, Hamu, and in Nasb they have Aba, Dha, Fa, Hama, and in Jar they have Abi, Di, Fi, Hami, and so on. Okay, so there's a unique 5, they might be new to most students. Okay, now this whole block here, this whole first block, I hope you're still with me. Oops, didn't mean to do that. This whole first block here. What do I mean by this first block here? If I can just find something here to do with this. Oops, okay, never mind. This whole first block, if you can look at the whole first block, that says fully declinable. This whole first block that says fully, okay, my thing is going crazy here, but fully declinable, this block here. These words are one group. Why? Because when they're in Raf'un and Nasbun and Jarun, they're able to change. When they have Raf and Nasb and Jar, they're able to change. Okay. The Arabic for this is actually Mu'rab. But don't worry about the Arabic for now. They are fully declinable. Why? Because in Raf, Nasb and Jar, they are able to change. Okay. Now we come to another category of words, which is semi-declinable. Let's use pink for them. Semi-declinable. Okay. In Arabic, semi-declinable is غير منصرف. Semi-declinable means غير منصرف. So these words, because number 2 below, semi-declinable words are called غير منصرف. They cannot take a kasra and they can't take a tanween. For example, the word Ibrahim. In Raf'un, you can see it's Ibrahimu. You can see an U at the end there. So it's fine, there's an U at the end. It can take a dhamma, but it can't take a tanween. In Nasbun, it's Ibrahima. It can't take a tanween. And in Jarun, it is Ibrahima, because why? Remember, these words can't take a kasra and they can't take a tanween. They are called غير منصرف. So you'll find often that, let me just think about it quickly. They are often going to be names of Anbiya that are going to be غير منصرف, like Ibrahim and Ismail and Ishaq, especially those of what some scholars consider to be a non-Arabic origin. Whereas obviously like Salih, Isfa'il and Muhammad, those will be normal munsarifin. Like Muhammad will be Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. But Ishaq will be Ishaqu, Ishaqa, Ishaqa, because they're ghayru munsarifin. Then also certain plurals, like Miftah, Mafatih, certain plurals in Arabic are ghayru munsarifin. If I go to a dictionary and I put in Fataha. Fataha means to open. Fataha means to open. And now I'm going to look for the word let me just find this word here. Miftah. So we can also say Miftah there. Miftah means a key to a door. The plural of Miftah is Mafatih. The plural of Miftah is Mafatih. Next to Mafatih, you will find, it's not so clear in this copy here, but you'll find that next to this, there's a superscript on top there, a little 2 written next to it. If there is a 2 next to the word in the dictionary, it means that the word is غير منصرف. You with me? If there's a 2, it means the word is غير منصرف. Okay, so it's a part of these categories. Now let's do Miftah. In raf'un, you can't take a tanween, can't take kasra. In raf'un will be miftahu. So miftah, mafatih. Mafatihu. In nasbun will be what? What will be in nasbun? Mafatih will be what in nasb? Okay, it's a bit of delay in the stream, but it will be mafatiha. And in jarun it will be what? In jar it will be what? Mafatihi. Okay, you with me? Then the final category. The final category. So we spoke about fully declinable words. Why? Because they change in raf, they change in nasb, and they change in jar. Then we have something called semi-declinable, which means what? It changes a bit, can't change a lot. It's like a bit stuck. It can't like move. You can take a u and a ah, but you can't take a e and a tanween. You with me? So it's like a half-stuck word. A semi-declinable. And then you get words which are, what we say, let's take another color here, let's take blue now, are non-declinable. In Arabic we call this mabniyun. Mabniyun, which means from the word bana, which means to build. So mabniyun means that which is built, which is fixed. Which is fixed. For example, the word dhalika or alladhi. Those type of words there, they are isms. But in raf'un, they dhalika, in nasbun, they dhalika, in jarrun, they dhalika. In raf'un, they alladhi, in nasbun, they alladhi, in jarrun, alladhi. Why? They are non-declinable, they are built words, they are mabniyun. They can't change, you can't see the change. Even though there is a hal for each one of them, you can't see the hal. You can't see the hal. They do occupy a hal, but you can't see the hal. So I hope this table makes sense to you, because this table kind of puts together a lot of bits that we did before. So this table puts together lots of bits that we did before, and it tells you what are the signs for all the different types of words in Arabic, all different types of isms in Arabic. So once you know the hal, obviously the rest of Nahu is to do what? Is to know the reason why you have the hal, and that's the rest of Nahu, which we'll do inshaAllah ta'ala. We won't do it now, but we'll do it again inshaAllah. And then let me just maybe end up for this year and saying that if you for homework inshallah, if you can go to the next page, page number 4, and you can go to Raf'un. And then I've just put together a quick table here for you that says there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that are always in Raf'un. Because now after I've done that, I must say what will always be the Raf and Nasb and Jar. I've put together a table of 6 things here which are always in Raf'un: Fa'il, Na'ib al-Fa'il, Mubtada, Khabar, Ism Kana, and Khabar Inna. These 6 things will always be in Raf'un, and there are 6 examples there next to it. So what you can do for homework inshallah is just to study these 6 things and see how much you know about them. So the lesson files, this is in asking where it is going to be in week number 6, Quran Online, week number 2. So lesson files, it's going to be in, the lesson files is very temperamental, it works sometimes, it doesn't work other times. But you've got number 6 Arabic Online. You will click there, then you'll go to week number 2, and then you'll click on, this is Nahu 2. You'll find it in there. And you'll find it there, this textbook is there. Okay, so your homework inshallah is that you should just study this table on page number 4, and then you will see a quick summary. So study this table inshallah. If you second year, you won't know 3 of them, but if you are Dawra year, you should know, and third year, you should know most of them, but we're going to go through each of them individually again, so you will be able to check them inshallah. You will be able to revise them inshallah. So that's it for Nahu. Our last subject is what? Is Hadith. Our last subject is Hadith. So if you go to 40 Hadith of the Quran, you'll see there's 2 files there. There's page number 1 to 3, and this page number 4. So inshallah, quickly we're going to revise our hadith. Again, the objective is to memorize 40 hadith of the Quran. You're in lockdown now, so you don't have another excuse not to memorize. You can memorize hadith while the kids are driving you crazy the whole day. No, inshallah, they're not driving you crazy. Enjoying quality time, inshallah. So you can memorize hadith. So bismillah. First hadith from memory is خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. Let's say it from the screen first of all. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. Okay, now from memory. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. Again from memory. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best of you are those who learn the Quran and teach it. Number 2, from memory. من قرأ حرفا من كتاب الله فله به حسنة والحسنة بعشر أمثالها. لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف ولكن ألف حرف ولام حرف وميم حرف. Again from the screen. من قرأ حرفا من كتاب الله فله به حسنة والحسنة بعشر أمثالها. لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف ولكن ألف حرف ولام حرف وميم حرف. So now we do it off screen inshallah. من قرأ حرفا من كتاب الله فله به حسنة والحسنة بعشر أمثالها. لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف ولكن ألف حرف ولام حرف وميم حرف. Again. من قرأ حرفا من كتاب الله فله به حسنة والحسنة بعشر أمثالها. لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف ولكن ألف حرف ولام حرف وميم حرف. Whoever reads a letter from the Quran, you will have with it 10 reward, a hasana, a good deed, and each deed will be with 10 rewards, 10 or multiply tenfold. I don't say alif lam mim is a letter, but alif is a letter, lam is a letter, and mim is a letter. Next hadith. Inna Allah, verily Allah, yarfa'u bihadha al-kitab, he raises by this book, aqwaman people, wa yada'u bi akharin, from the screen together, and he sets down others. Inna Allah yarfa'u bihadha al-kitab aqwaman wa yada'u bihi akharin. Again. Inna Allah yarfa'u bihadha al-kitab aqwaman wa yada'u bihi akharin. Twice from memory. Inna Allah yarfa'u bihadha al-kitab aqwaman ويضع به آخرين. Again. إن الله يرفع بهذا الكتاب أقواما ويضع به آخرين. Hopefully saying from memory, inshallah. Next one. من شغله القرآن وذكري عن مسألتي أعطيته أفضل ما أعطي السائلين وفضل كلام الله على سائر الكلام كفضل الله على خلقه. Wherever the Quran and my remembrance occupies him from asking me, I will give him better than that which I give those who ask. And the superiority of the words of Allah over all words is like the superiority of Allah over His creation. Okay, from the screen twice, from memory twice. من شغله القرآن وذكري عن مسألتي أعطيته أفضل ما أعطي السائلين وفضل كلام الله على سائر الكلام كفضل الله على خلقه. Remember from the screen. من شغله القرآن وذكري عن مسألتي أعطيته أفضل ما أعطي السائلين وفضل كلام الله على سائر الكلام كفضل الله على خلقه. From memory, if you do this every week, you will become part of your permanent memory and you'll have the hadith permanently until you meet Allah Ta'ala. من شغله القرآن وذكري عن مسألتي أعطيته أفضل ما أعطي السائلين وفضل كلام الله على سائر الكلام كفضل الله على خلقه. Again. من شغله القرآن وذكري عن مسألتي أعطيته أفضل ما أعطي السائلين وفضل كلام الله على سائر الكلام كفضل الله على خلقه. And now the most recent one. Normally when you memorize, the most recent lesson is the most difficult one because it's the freshest in your memory, so it takes a while to get this. I want to read the hadith. We can just do it. We can read it twice from the screen and twice from memory inshallah. Try to remember is utruja, utrujja, sorry, not utruja, utrujja, and then tamra, rayhana, and handala. Utrujja was a citron fruit, and a tamra is a date, and a rayhana is basil, and handala was a colocynth. Discussed the hadith last week. Inshallah, let's read it and say it from memory if we can, inshallah. مثل المؤمن الذي يقرأ القرآن كمثل الأترجة. Again, مثل المؤمن الذي يقرأ القرآن كمثل الأترجة ريحها طيب وطعمها طيب. You see that one line? You can memorize one line and this will be good. مثل المؤمن الذي يقرأ القرآن كمثل الأترجة ريحها طيب وطعمها طيب. Next one. ومثل المؤمن الذي لا يقرأ القرآن ومثل المؤمن الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل التمرة. It is like a tamra. لا ريح لها وطعمها حلو. لا ريح لها وطعمها حلو. Again. ومثل المؤمن الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل التمرة لا ريح لها وطعمها حلو. You see those two lines from memory, inshallah. مثل المؤمن الذي يقرأ القرآن كمثل الأترجة ريحها طيب وطعمها طيب. ومثل المؤمن الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل التمرة لا ريح لها وطعمها حلو. One more time. مثل المؤمن الذي مثل المؤمن الذي يقرأ القرآن كمثل الأترجة ريحها طيب وطعمها طيب. ومثل المؤمن الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل التمرة لا ريح لها وطعمها حلو. Last two lines. ومثل المنافق الذي يقرأ القرآن مثل الريحانة ريحها طيب وطعمها مر. Again. ومثل المنافق الذي يقرأ القرآن مثل الريحانة ريحها طيب وطعمها مر. Again. ومثل المنافق الذي يقرأ القرآن مثل الريحانة ريحها طيب وطعمها مر. From memory. ومثل المنافق الذي يقرأ القرآن مثل الريحانة ريحها طيب وطعمها مر. And the last line. ومثل المنافق الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل الحنظلة ليس لها ريح وطعمها مر. Last one. ومثل المنافق الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل الحنظلة لا ريح ليس لها ريح وطعمها مر. Okay, بركة إن شاء الله. أولا إن شاء الله. مثل المؤمن الذي يقرأ القرآن كمثل الأترجة ريحها طيب وطعمها طيب. Second category. ومثل المؤمن الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل التمرة لا ريح لها وطعمها حلو. Third one. ومثل المنافق الذي يقرأ القرآن مثل الريحانة ريحها طيب وطعمها مر. Last one. ومثل المنافق الذي لا يقرأ القرآن كمثل الحنظلة ليس لها ريح وطعمها مر. Okay. That last hadith is difficult. Even I have to think about it a few times. But let's go on to the new hadith, inshallah. We have a few minutes. We're going to do a new hadith. Page number 4. Okay. You still with me? Even if you didn't memorize all of that and you don't know, you don't worry about it. Start now, inshallah. There's a new hadith, a new start. Even if you can't do all 40, at least do 4. Or do 6, or do 10, or do something. So inshallah we're going to do this one. Bismillah. New hadith, new start. Okay, lockdown hadith. Bismillah. Go with me. Al-Hadith al-Sadis. Al-Hadith al-Sadis means the 6th hadith. Sixth hadith. The hadith is narrated by Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu. قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Anas is Anas ibn Malik. He served the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Medina. His mother gifted him to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to serve him, and he served the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from 10 years old until he was 20 years old, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. And Anas radiallahu anhu, because he spent so much time with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has a number of hadith which narrates from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is one of them. So Bismillah. Actually, this hadith is a continuation of the previous hadith. The previous hadith was there. This is actually part of the previous hadith. So I didn't put the whole previous hadith again now. I just put the new part. Therefore, you can see there's a similar start. Okay, because actually part of the previous hadith or a slightly different version of the previous hadith. So I just put the new part in for us to memorize. The Prophet ﷺ says, وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ الصَّالِحِ. Like after the Prophet ﷺ spoke about the 4 categories of people. It's almost like how do you become in the right category. The Prophet ﷺ says, وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ الصَّالِحِ. So mathali now, it's the likeness, the example of a jalis from the word jalasa. What does jalasa mean? All of you, or most of you are making jalasa right now. You are sitting down. So jalasa qama means to stand, and jalasa means to sit. So jalasa means to sit. So a jalis is someone you sit with. So jalis is another word for a companion. So the Prophet ﷺ says, وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ. And the example of the jalis is salih. The example of a companion which is salih, which is pious, which is good. So the likeness of a good companion, of a pious companion, is what? كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْمِسْكِ. Ka is like mathal, the example of صَاحِبِ الْمِسْكِ is like the companion or the companion of misk, of musk. It's like someone who is with musk, in other words, someone who generally like a perfume seller or someone who deals with perfume. So Prophet I'm saying is the likeness of having a pious companion is the likeness of having someone who deals or who is constantly with musk, with some sort of perfume. If lam yusibka, if lam not yusibka, if not strikes you, minhu, from it, from what? From the perfume, from the musk, shay'un, anything. In other words, if the guy doesn't give you some, he doesn't put on some on you, so none of the perfume actually gets onto you. He doesn't give you a bottle and say, "Here, take this home" or something. None of it strikes you. Asabaka min rihi, will strike you from its smell. Another meaning what? You'll enjoy some of its good smells. You'll enjoy its pleasant smells, and maybe some of that smell might even linger on your own being as you leave there. Clear? Next one. وَمَثَلُ, and the likeness of jalisi su. Jalis means a companion, one you sit with. And the likeness of a companion of su, a bad companion, an evil companion. Ka is like, mathal is like the example of sahibil kir, is like the companion of the kir. So a kir is, in English we call it bellows. Most of you watch Edru nowadays. So when they make the sword, they normally have like a piece of, normally is hide or animal skin, where they're able to open it and close it, and when they close it, it forces air into the fire or into the furnace, and it increases the heat, and therefore it's able to melt the metal, or soften the metal at least, or melt it. So the kir is the device that blows air into a furnace. There's actually a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ says, Al-Madinatu kal-kiri. That Madinah Munawwara, is like a kir, is like that bellowing device, that device which adds fuel to the fire. Why? Because it will, when you basically melt metal or you melt ore, is you basically you keep the essence and the dirt gets pushed out. So Madinah is that kir in which it holds the pious and it sheds those who are impious. May Allah cause to return to Makkah and Medina soon, inshaAllah ta'ala. The Prophet ﷺ says, وَمَثَلُ جَلِيسِ السُّوءِ, and the likeness of the companion who is evil, of being with an evil companion, is like the companion, is like the Sahib al-Kir, is like the companion of the bellows, like the person who, the ironsmith or the blacksmith who basically makes metal. In lam yusibaka min sawadihi. In lam, if not, yusibaka, strikes you min sawadihi, from its blackness. In other words, its black suit. Normally when they build the fire, the suit might, the suit's all over the place, all over the machinery, it might fly around the air. So the Prophet ﷺ says, if that suit, even if that black suit doesn't touch you, asabaka min dukhanihi, what will definitely strike you, will strike you min dukhanihi, from its smoke. Its smoke will definitely strike. In other words, you'll come away smelling like fire, and you won't smell very, very good. So this is the end of that hadith, or a similar version of the hadith. The Prophet ﷺ says that we should have basically good company. That's it, inshallah. Okay, bismillah. I know we're over time, but we're going to memorize because we came here to memorize, so let's memorize, inshallah. So again, we do 3 out, 3 in. You know the meaning of the hadith, and the meaning of hadith is clear. It's basically that you are affected by the company that you keep. So normally when you speak about the hadith, you speak about people should be with good company. But I think now in the last time we can think of it in a different perspective also, is that you can think about what kind of company are you. Because maybe your mother and father at home, and what kind of company are you? Are you the kind of company that if people sit with you, they smell perfume, they feel lighter, they feel happier, they feel more joy, they feel closer to Allah? Or are you the company that some of the soot might afflict them, or some of the bad smells or the furnace or the fire might afflict them? So as much as we should try to seek good company that perfumes our being and that causes us to be more beautiful, we should also strive to be that good company for others. Strive to be it for your spouse and for your children and for your parents and for your siblings. You strive to be that beautiful company yourself. So when someone comes to you, they are perfumed by your being. May Allah make you all beautiful in Allah's eyes, and make you beautiful company that are able to beautify other people, inshaAllah ta'ala. And the most beautiful obviously is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's the most beautiful of Allah's creation, and therefore to spend time with him is to absorb some of his beauty. And therefore the companions were the companions because they spent time with him. And our spending time with this hadith is spending time with the words of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to try to beautify ourselves with his words. And to read them is to add beauty, and to memorize them is to add also beauty, because his words become our words. So strive, inshallah, to memorize his words. So bismillah, I know we're over time, but there's nowhere to go besides lunch. So we're going to memorize now, inshallah. And I didn't memorize before, so I memorized with you, so it's a live memorization. So bismillah. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ الصَّالِحِ. So that's the scene in the Sad. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ الصَّالِحِ. So bismillah, 3 times from the text. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ الصَّالِحِ. Again. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ الصَّالِحِ. Last time. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ الصَّالِحِ. From memory now. ومثل الجليس الصالح. Again. ومثل الجليس الصالح. Last time. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك. 3 times from the text. كمثل صاحب المسك. Again. كمثل صاحب المسك. Last time. كمثل صاحب المسك. From memory. كمثل صاحب المسك. Again. كمثل صاحب المسك. Last time. كمثل صاحب المسك. This is the whole sentence from the text now 3 times. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك. Again. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك. Last time. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك. From memory now. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك. Again. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك. Last time. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك. Next one. إن لم يصبك منه شيء. إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Again. إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Again. إن لم يصبك منه شيء. From memory. إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Again. إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Last time. إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Now the whole line from there 3 times. If you keep doing this, it will become part of your memory. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Again. Read from the text inshallah. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك شيء. Again. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Last time. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء. From memory. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Again. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Last time. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء. Last part. أصابك من ريحه. أصابك من ريحه. أصابك من ريحه. Again. أصابك من ريحه. From memory. أصابك من ريحه. Again. أصابك من ريحه. Okay, focus. And Abdullah always says focus is what? Focus is to picture the words, to hear yourself saying the words. Okay, let's focus. Let's read it 3 times. Look at the words, study the words with your eye, to hear yourself say it, to say it out loud. Let's focus. Okay, let's go for it. 3 times from the text, 3 times from memory. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء أصابك من ريحه. Again. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء أصابك من ريحه. Again. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء أصابك من ريحه. From memory. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء أصابك من ريحه. Again. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء أصابك من ريحه. Last time. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء أصابك من ريحه. Let's finish inshallah. Bismillah, we can do it. We can do it. Yeah. You ready? Let's go. وَمَثَلُ جَلِي. I just want to check something quickly. Let me just check something before I carry on. Just make sure I got this hadith. Yeah, there's a mistake in the text actually. I thought so. There's a small mistake here. There must be an L on the jalis. Like there's an L on the jalis on top, there must be an L on the jalis at the bottom as well. So وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ. Just correct it inshallah, there should be alif lam before the second jalis there. Bismillah. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ. Inshallah, spend 5 minutes now with me. You spend 5 minutes with me, memorize quickly. Bismillah, 3 times. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ. Again, وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ. From the text. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ. From memory, 3 times. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ. Again. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ. Again. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ. Last time. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ. Next one. كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. From the text 3 times. كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. Again. كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. Last time. كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. From memory. كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. Again. كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. Last time. كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. The whole part. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. Again. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ الصَّالِحِ. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. Again. وَمَثَلُ جَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. Last time. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. From memory. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. Again. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. Last time. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Read it inshallah 3 times. إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Again. إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Last time. إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. From memory. إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Again. إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Again. إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. From the beginning. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ. From the text. إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. From the text. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Again. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Last time. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. From memory. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Again. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Again. 2 more times. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Last time. وَمَثَلُ الْجَلِيسِ السُّوءِ كَمَثَلِ صَاحِبِ الْكِيرِ إِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْكَ مِنْ سَوَادِهِ. Last part. أَصَابَكَ مِنْ دُخَانِهِ. أَصَابَكَ مِنْ دُخَانِهِ. أَصَابَكَ مِنْ دُخَانِهِ. Last time. أَصَابَكَ مِنْ دُخَانِهِ. From memory. أَصَابَكَ مِنْ دُخَانِهِ. أصابك من دخانه أصابك من دخانه أصابك من دخانه. And we'll end inshallah with 3 times from the text, 3 times from memory. Bismillah, don't give up, you can do it. ومثل الجليس السوء كمثل صاحب الكير إن لم يصبك من سواده أصابك من دخانه. Again from the text. ومثل الجليس السوء كمثل صاحب الكير إن لم يصبك من سواده أصابك من دخانه. Again. ومثل الجليس السوء كمثل صاحب الكير إن لم يصبك من سواده أصابك من دخانه. Again. ومثل الجليس السوء كمثل صاحب الكير إن لم يصبك من سواده أصابك من دخانه. From memory. ومثل الجليس السوء كمثل صاحب الكير إن لم يصبك من سواده أصابك من دخانه. Again. ومثل الجليس السوء كمثل صاحب الكير إن لم يصبك من سواده أصابك من دخانه. Last time. ومثل الجليس السوء كمثل صاحب الكير إن لم يصبك من سواده أصابك من دخانه. Start from the beginning. ومثل from right from the beginning once from the text, and then from memory, and then we're done. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء أصابك من ريحه. ومثل الجليس السوء كمثل صاحب الكير إن لم يصبك من سواده أصابك من دخانه. Let's start from memory. ومثل الجليس الصالح كمثل صاحب المسك إن لم يصبك منه شيء أصابك من ريحه. ومثل الجليس السوء كمثل صاحب الكير إن لم يصبك من سواده أصابك من دخانه. So inshallah, your mission, your homework is maybe spend like 3 or 4 days doing the first line, then 3 or 4 next 3 days doing the next line, and try to memorize. I know your brains are like, I can't deal too much, but you can deal. It's only 2 lines of sounds. It's 2 lines of words, and remember, you are entering into your heart and soul and your tongue prophetic words, and you're also entering into your heart and tongue Arabic words, so you're learning more vocab. You know what kir means now. You know what misk means now. You know what asabaka means to strike. Many times in the Quran, asabaka comes. Rih means a smell. Dukhan means smoke. Jalis means a companion. So you're actually building your vocab through the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's a beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful. So try, inshallah. Strive. I'm also striving with you. We strive to memorize, inshallah. Make 5 minutes a day. I guarantee you 5 to 7 minutes a day. You will have the hadith down. You will memorize it. You will be fluent. But you have to put some effort into it. Inshallah. Say Ameen. I'm excited for you to memorize, actually. It excites me if people are memorizing hadith. I'll end with this. There's a very great leader, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, radiallahu anhu, rahimahullah. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz was one of the Khalifas, one of the rulers of Islam. And he was so great that we normally say we have 4 Khulafa. Many people refer to him as the 5th Khalifa. Many people refer to him as the 5th Khalifa. And one of the remarkable things, and I don't know how much has been written about his life in English, but one of the remarkable things is that he was responsible for a real transformation and a drastic improvement in the Ummah within 2.5 years. After 2.5 years, I think he was poisoned by his own family. So in a very short, he was a Khalifa for a short amount of time, and he made a significant impact. In fact, one of the impacts he made was he was one of the first people to start ordering the systematic recording of hadith. But what excites me about Umar ibn Abdul Aziz is that they say at the end of his Khilafah, the ordinary people in the street were competing in the memorization of hadith. The ordinary people in the road, they were not ulama, normal people. They were competing and they were reciting hadith to each other, seeing who knows the most hadith. Whereas the ummah was like alive with the words of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's a beautiful thing. You can read about his life, inshallah. So we're trying to revive the spirit of transmission amongst ordinary people. So you know the hadith, you know it comes Abu Dawud, you know Anas relates the hadith, you know the words, you know the meaning. You have internalized it. So I'm asking this because it's exciting, it's a big thing within the ummah for all of you to memorize the hadith, inshallah, and it becomes part of you and you transmit it. It becomes part of your consciousness. It becomes part of the way you think. You think, Inna Allah yarfa'u bihadha al-kitab aqwaman wa yadau bi-akharin. It becomes part of the way you think. It becomes part of the way you reference points. So make an effort, inshallah, and be with the Jalisi Salih, and may Allah protect and bless all of you, inshallah ta'ala. I'll end and I'll mention that I'm not sure if you were here earlier for the class, but I was mentioning at the end of the Nasiha, inshallah, that we'll be launching a fund with Inlight Foundation, a emergency community relief fund to bring ease, inshallah ta'ala. So we urge you to contribute towards it. It will be released soon. We will be granting stipends, inshallah, to people who are in desperate situations or have enough food and electricity to basically live. So please contribute towards it, and we will have our imams of different communities assisting us to identify the people, and we will pay them directly as a monthly stipend, inshallah ta'ala. And we accept zakah and all this sadaqah lillah and so on. And we have a 100% distribution policy, so it will be launched soon, inshallah ta'ala. But support all the ventures that you can to make a difference. May Allah bless and protect. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We'll see you soon, inshallah.